just what makes this Knicks team so special?
It's just the players that we've assembled, or Mr. Dolan and Leon assembled. They're just great human beings, and they're obviously fantastic basketball players.
Just how have they helped you become this conference finals MVP?
They give me the confidence. They let me be me. I think most importantly, we all believe in each other from top to bottom. It's an honor to play with them, honestly.
This feeling I can't explain it. It's so powerful. They don't even know how much I love them. They're just incredible. Everybody stepped up tonight. We know everybody got each other's back. I love these guys.
Knicks win the championship. All right.
This is NBA Finals Game 5 broadcast for Foursquare Sports. And now, here are Kevin Zelicskovics and Alec Nava.
Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm Kevin Zelicskovics, alongside me, Alec Nava, and we have got the NBA Finals Game 5 tonight between the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks. Knicks trying to close out and win Game 5 and trying to win their first title in 53 years. But meanwhile, the Spurs still trying to keep this a series and make it 3-2. Alec, how are you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, Kevin. And entering this game, the main question surrounding both teams is, how are they going to follow up the greatest comeback / collapse in NBA playoff history? We know that the Knicks are trying to end a more than half-century drought. The last championship was 1973. An interesting stat that we're seeing here, Kevin, is that the Knicks in the last two postseasons, 5-3 when coming back from down 20. The rest of the NBA combined 4-71. Well, are you able to hear me, Kev, or?
No, I can hear you. Very good.
All right, so there we go. So it could all depend on a shift in strategy, lineup changes, something that's up to one of the two coaches' sleeves or motivation, but a 3-1 series lead for the Knicks. 37 of the last 38 scenarios in which that has happened, the team has gone on to win the championship. Of course, the one exception being 2016 with the 73-win Warriors, but San Antonio has been getting off to fast starts, yet that doesn't matter if New York continues to come back the way they have been throughout this NBA Finals, down from double digits in games 1, 2, 3, and 4, winning 3 at the first 4 games.
And you also got to keep in mind that in closeout games, the Knicks have been winning by over 30 points per closeout game. So that's a big key factor you got to factor into tonight for tonight's game. And this is a big game that not only for the Knicks, but also for the Spurs too, because you got to keep in mind, last game was probably one of the best comebacks you will ever see by any team ever, as the Knicks overcame a 29-point deficit to come back from all of that time down. And the Spurs, they had the best first half of a finals game in NBA Finals history, and then to proceed to have the worst second half in Finals history.
Yeah, that too. It all comes down in the end to situational awareness. that if you were to stick to your game plan, for San Antonio, they'd have to continue driving to the rim, stop forcing endless frees, and stick to your game that you have thrived with the most. Run around Victor Wembanyama and that. However, you want to keep him as fresh as possible because it was obvious by the second half of Game 4, Wembanyama was getting dead tired, and San Antonio needs him when it's fresh. You cannot afford giving just 4 minutes to Luke Cornett again.
Yeah, and also you also have to keep in mind that we don't know the true status of Luke Cornett because it was purported that he was questionable heading into the night with an illness. So maybe you expect to see maybe some more Bismack Biyombo or maybe Mason Plumlee or even Kelly Olynyk as the backup center.
Yeah, I would expect more Kelly Olynyk if I'm San Antonio coming off the bench, if in the case that Cornett can't go due to the illness.
Another key factor in is that the big narrative in this entire series for the Knicks, at least, is that one big criticism that I have as a Knicks fan is that they always get off to slow starts every single game. It's like the Spurs seem to always get off to a hot start, having a game 1, 2, 3, and 4. So game 5, I mean, will the Knicks finally get off to a good start, or will the Spurs continue that trend?
I feel that with the way that San Antonio has been getting off to hot starts, a better finish would do the works here for San Antonio, such as with their capability of closing out games. They know they're frustrated. Many are expecting this young team would stumble in a critical moment, but the Knicks know that spraying the ball to shooters after penetration allows for a more potent offense. Some of this was because San Antonio was self-destructing, and New York took advantage of it. And the Knicks know that they have the seasoned head coach this time around, as opposed to when Mike Brown was a relatively younger side of the head coaches back in 2007.
And also a couple of other things. We mentioned that the Knicks, how much they've struggled, especially in the first quarter. And a big reason to that, in my opinion, Alec, I think is because that Karl Anthony Towns, he gets into way too early foul trouble too early on. And it kind of leads to like the Spurs, like getting off to those hot starts and those streaks.
That would be such the case. They need Towns to stay away from foul trouble early and for him to stay focused. The way that he's been guarding Victor Wembanyama, it's going to be key. It was impressive early in this series, but do remember, when Wembanyama was at the court at the same time as De'Aaron Fox, they both share a minus 1.2 net rating in the first 4 games. With Dylan Harper, that's a plus 9.8 net rating between the two of them.
And you mentioned Dylan Harper, and I think it's also kind of odd that Mitch Johnson, for whatever reason, like I think the past 2 games, he just decides to not play Dylan Harper like at all, like in the fourth quarter when he seems like he's one of the best players on the floor, Alec.
The plan here for the Spurs is that Harper will be on the starting 5 a few years down the line. Now that problem is going to come sooner than later about what Mitch Johnson has in mind, because New York is having its way with De'Aaron Fox. It's not just with his error in judgment and going for a layup, in which OG Anunoby had the game-saving block that led to the game-winning tip. But also, if you are San Antonio, you have a De'Aaron Fox problem with your hands. He fits your scheme with the speed. However, some of the errors in judgment and the overall inconsistency seems to be having to bug them right now.
Yeah, what you mentioned De'Aaron Fox, and like everybody was talking about, like, you know, the play that he made last game. Like, why not just hold on to the ball and like eat some clock up? Or like you get fouled, even if you don't make both the free throws. I mean, the Knicks, you get precious seconds off for them for them to do something, and then he proceeds to go up for a shot, and he may or may not have been fouled. They didn't call a foul. Maybe it was a makeup call from earlier, but OG made the block, and then proceeded to make that miraculous tip in. And De'Aaron Fox, they brought him in because he's supposed to be the one guy that has like big veteran experience, and he's been through situations like this before. And then for him to make a decision like that, it's just kind of very off, especially for a guy that you brought in to have like that sort of veteran presence.
Yeah, and we speak of veteran presence. The Knicks are full of that, with guys who have been there and done that before. Even if they came up short in previous finals, like Mikal Bridges, he was part of the Phoenix Suns team that made it to the finals in 21. But overall for the Knicks, if they were to get the win here tonight, just don't dwell on that Game 4 miracle. Fight the temptation to look ahead and stay in the game. Keep your head focused and don't think ahead.
Well, if there's one thing that this Knicks team knows how to do, is how to fight back. Because it's clear from last game that no deficit is insurmountable, especially for this Knicks team, because they know how to fight back. They know that they always have a chance whenever they can keep themselves into the game, regardless of what the deficit is, because they always stick with it. They believe in one each other. The chemistry has always been there all year long, especially has come to fruition, especially in this miraculous playoff run. And I think that we talk about how the Spurs get off to slow starts. I mean, it's the complete opposite with the Spurs. They struggle to close out games. That's really costing them in the series. You could really argue, Alec, that it comes down to maybe like 2 or 3 possessions that could have decided the Spurs going up 3-1 versus what's happening in reality with the Knicks going up 3-1.
The irony here, Kevin, is that this is still one of the closest finals on record in recent memory. Every game has been tight, but the first half has been a mirror image of what's been happening each and every game. Spurs get off to a fast start. Second half, Knicks rally back. Spurs blow double-digit lead, and 3 out of 4 times San Antonio would lose. But the race is on here. I would expect that the Knicks need to play better at the start. And if the Spurs get off to another fast start, they need to do better at protecting an early lead. But the first to accomplish this goal on either end would significantly alter this series.
And also, Alec, we didn't mention this before, but we also got to keep in mind that that's also a big game for Victor Wembanyama, potentially, because you got to remember, he's 1 flagrant foul away from getting suspended for the next game. So even if he gets a flagrant foul tonight, even if the Spurs go on to win this game and make it a 3-2 series, then they would have to go next game into the Garden to play without Victor Wembanyama because he will be suspended. So that's always his dirty play, or like his consequential play, is definitely going to be a big key factor here tonight.
Yeah, remember about game 3, Kevin, which he shoved Jalen Brunson and he got away with a flagrant 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one, I mean, I think everybody here, including me, I don't think I'm being biased at all when I say that absolutely should have been a flagrant foul. I'm shocked that the league, even after reviewing it, didn't even see that as a common foul. I think that's disgraceful. And I think that they definitely made up for it by calling a flagrant on Wembanyama against Karl-Anthony Towns when he elbowed him in the chin. That was a clear flagrant right there. There's nothing you can argue against that. But I definitely think that the refs are like, if you one more mistake like that, and they have to call the flagrant at that point.
Yeah, they have to. Same starting 5s for both teams. Brunson, Hart, Bridges, Anunoby, Towns, Fox, Castle, Vassell, Champagnie, and Wembanyama. Your referees are Scott Foster, James Capers, and Tyler Ford for tonight. Mitchell Irvin is on standby as the 4th referee, waiting if one of these officials has an issue.
It should also be worth noted that you mentioned Scott Foster. I don't think he's the best referee in certain cases, and like the Stars showing out tonight in San Antonio, all wearing Knicks gear, by the way. Giancarlo Esposito's there, Sidney Sweeney's there, Cam Scatterbo, Spike Lee is there, Tracy Morgan, Ben Stiller, all of the usual suspects, for the New York. And I read somewhere, Alec, that basically half of all the ticket sales were from the New York, New Jersey area, and that there was a report saying that a Spurs security guard said that this game is basically a Knicks home game. So the Knicks fans definitely know how to show out.
Yeah, they do. And do keep in mind, speaking of Knicks fans, and we need to mention a former Knicks player, Patrick Ewing's in the building.
That's right. All right, here we go. Tip-off about to set sail in Game 5 in San Antonio. Frostbank Arena. The Knicks are seeking their first title since 1973, and the teams that trail 3-1 in the series are 1-137 all-time. LeBron's 2016 Cavs are the only team to do so. Wembanyama and Cat on the opening tip. It's up momentarily, and we are off, and Cat wins the opening tip. And here comes Brunson at the controls. Game 5 underway in San Antonio. Brunson being guarded by Castle. Cat sends a good screen. Brunson gets it to Cat. Cat gets across court to Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges needs to have a better game than he did last game, because even though he scored 7 points, he was been struggling the last 2 games. Here's Brunson going above Wemby with the left hand, misses it. Rebounded by Champagnie.
And of course, if you're going on Wembanyama, if you want to bring your best shot, you best not miss.
Wembanyama gives it off to Castle, being guarded by Mikal Bridges. Now, Cat now is staying on Wembanyama, which is what he should be doing. He gives it to De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox had that big brain fart at the end of the last game. Here's Castle for a 3. That's off the back iron. OG Anunoby rebounds. And here comes Josh Hart the other way.
Three-point shooting has been a weakness for San Antonio throughout this finals, and they need to do better at sticking to their game plan, driving to the rim.
Here's Hart giving out to OG Anunoby, guarded by Wembanyama in the corner. Wemby now drives to post up on Victor Wembanyama, falls down, slips, but he gets the ball outside to Josh Hart. Josh Hart's to put up a shot. 2 seconds, turn around, fade away. No good, and way off to the right side. Wembanyama with the rebound. Here comes Castle.
So far, is a lot of defense here.
Here is Vassell getting triple teamed, has to retreat and give it back to Castle at the top of the key. 6 to shoot. Castle post up on Cat. Great strip by Cat, and a great steal as Hart comes the other way.
It's the defense from New York that's been picking up the slack at the other end of the court.
Mikal Bridges, a jump shot, no good. Both teams cannot make a bucket right now, but a foul's called. I think that was on Castle. That's going to be on his first.
And so far, defense has been the name of the game, and New York and San Antonio are wearing each other out. Though Mikal Bridges, that's a loose ball foul.
It's a loose ball foul on San Antonio, so side out. Brunson will be the inbounder. Only a couple minutes gone by, just about in this first opening quarter, still scoreless. Brunson, top of the key, great screen set by Hart, gives it to Hart. Hart goes right to the rack and just off the front iron, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. I think that's going to be on Champagnie. That's going to be his first.
Josh Hart knows how to set things up, whether it be rebounding, and even though he got this one, while he's not known for scoring, he can definitely drive down the basket for those tough shots.
Yeah, loose ball definitely got the arm of Cat there as Champagnie was trying to get the board. So another side out. So that's already 2 fouls on San Antonio. Bridges tried to get the ball at Cat, but it was deflected out of bounds by Fox. So we'll keep it here.
So far, New York has been dominating possession over these last few minutes.
10:04 left to go in the first opening quarter. Still scoreless. Brunson's the seats trying to get it to Cat, and he does. And he's stuck in the corner right now, but he gets by, and it's knocked out of bounds by Vassell.
San Antonio, of course, they know defense is the name of the game. And their defense has been one of the biggest improvements over the past season with this young core. Wembanyama's at the center of it, but everybody else is stepping up.
Mikal Bridges will be the inbounder now in the corner. 8 seconds to shoot for the Knicks. 10 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. Trying to find Brunson, but he finds Cat instead. Cat driving, bustling his way, puts up a wild shot. Great block by Wembanyama. And here comes De'Aaron Fox the other way as Champagnie's looking to push. Fox over to Wembanyama, and Wembanyama slams, and we got the first bucket of the game.
It took us a little over 2 minutes, but finally we get our first points. We know Wembanyama getting the inbound feed. That's one of the most unguardable plays that you can ever have.
And here's a mismatch. Towns on Castle gives it over, swings it around. Brunson wide open for 3, and he sticks it. 3-2 lead for the Knicks.
No chance when you leave Brunson that wide open from the wing side.
Fox gives off to Champagnie. Now right back on the Fox as Brunson switches with OG, and the Fox goes for a 3, and that's way high off the mark, off the backboard, and out of bounds. Knicks ball.
Oh, my goodness. De'Aaron Fox is not one that we could be known for shooting threes, nor the rest of the San Antonio Spurs. However, he went for it, but it's ill-advised if you're that covered from the left wing and you try to shoot it.
Brunson is at the controls. Castle back on him. Gives it to Cat in the corner, being guarded by Wembanyama. Cat bustles his way over Wembanyama. Another block by Wembanyama. That's 2 blocks already.
He's a defensive machine, and he's having his way defensively. Twice he's blocked Karl-Anthony Towns.
Wembanyama no good, but the follow-through, the tip-in by Champagnie is good, and San Antonio retakes the lead, 4-3.
It's the dirty work on the inside that gets you these second chances. Champagnie understood it. He went to the paint, picking up the rebound, and tells Wembanyama, I got your back.
Mikal Bridges on Fox. Back to Cat, swinging around the horn for OG Anunoby. Wembanyama being on guard for him. Wembanyama driving over Wembanyama, trying to dunk it over and try to make him the poster boy, but he missed it. And here come the Spurs. Fox trying to drive to the paint, and he misses it. Rebounded by Cat. Fast sequence coming back both ways. Here's OG Anunoby. Perfectly drives past Wembanyama, and he gets fouled by Champagnie.
Never a bad idea to head to the rack and to drive by Wembanyama. Nice stutter step by OG, and then going down low to draw the foul. with Champagny on defense. Wembanyama's begging, what's the foul for? But we're going to see a replay here. Well, we can't see it, but that was a clear foul.
Yeah, I think that on the replay, it looked like Wembanyama hit OG's fingertips going up for that block. I mean, dunk.
It seemed that way.
And frankly, I'm going to be perfectly honest here. Wembanyama is the last person that should be complaining about calls.
Well, we know how calls can be made one way or another, though.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a clear foul that time, there is no argument.
Mm-hmm. OG Anunoby at the line. He just hit one, and he hits both of them. Knicks retake a 1-point lead. 5-4, 8:08 left to go in the first.
OG Anunoby.
Both teams are shooting terrible right now. Knicks 2 for 6.
Yeah, both teams poised. Their situational awareness has been a stark difference in this series.
Here's Wembanyama on Cat. 5 seconds to shoot. Wembanyama is going to put up a wild shot, and it looks like Cat Carlton-Towns fouled him. Did seem like there was much there, Alec, but we'll see if he clipped him on the arm or something.
We'll have to see a replay as such. Well, we need to check a replay because he attempted a shot, but when you make him fall in love with a jump shot, that's when you know you're going to catch him off guard in trouble. And the previous one, yes, Champagny got Anunoby on the arm.
Now, Wembanyama, he missed 2 free throws critically down the stretch last game. If they're going to win tonight, then Wembanyama has to make all of his free throws.
They have to. Free throw shooting, it's been a weakness.
Mm-hmm. And Wembanyama hits the first.
There you go. It's about free throw shooting that the Spurs need to work on. You have to make them.
Champagny and Fox check out. Wembanyama's second free throw. Takes a long time to make these free throws, and he hits both of them.
You reckon that some of the opposing fans are going to start a Giannis count soon?
I would think so. Here's Brunson against Castle, trying to find Bridges. He does. Bridges against Harper now checked in. Bridges back on over to Cat. Cat's going to go for a top of the key 3. Way off the back rim. Not a good shot at all. I don't like Cat taking those shots personally. Unless it's like a clear wide open, I don't like him taking those shots. But I think they definitely should have taken a better high percentage shot there. Here is, a great tip in by Wembanyama. That might have been offensive interference, but they're going to say no.
Who knows? But so far, Wembanyama at the right place at the right time. It's 8-5 Spurs.
OG in the corner, drives in, steps back, tough shot, he misses, and Wembanyama can't get the rebound, but Castle will. 3-point lead for the Spurs, 8-5. Just under 7 left to go in the first quarter. Here's Harper giving it to Wemby inside. There's a mismatch against OG Anunoby. And he doesn't drive. He gives it to Harper instead, top of the key 3, and he sticks it. 6-point lead for the Spurs.
The top of the key, he was wide open. If you wanted a wide open look, you can't get much wide open like that. But it's been a common theme. This Knicks getting off to slower starts, and this continues here.
Cat finds OG in the corner for 3, and OG gets that tough shot over Wembanyama, and he just continues to make these tough shots look easy.
He does. If the Knicks need something to turn around this slow start, this could be the spark.
Here's Vassell for 3 on the other end. He misses. Cat flies high for the rebound. Here comes Brunson. His team down by 3. 6 left to go in the opening quarter. Brunson driving and then retreating. Waiting for it to find an opening. He tries to go for a tough shot in the corner. Misses it. OG trying to go for the rebound. And they're going to say a last touch by Vassell. So we'll keep it here. Next ball.
And who was defending Vassell in that last corner free? OG, of course.
And San Antonio, we have our first timeout of the game. So it's an 11-8 San Antonio Spurs lead over the Knicks. And it seems like we kind of expected this, Alec, that the Spurs getting off to a hot start and the Knicks just sort of trying to feel the game out a little bit.
Yep. The Spurs and Knicks are feeling each other out. Not a lot of shots, but they are keeping it very close and tight.
I do think that Brunson, is still trying to find his game a little bit early on. He's trying to find like holes to get through. Not really finding them so often. I do think that Cat needs to be attached to Wembanyama at all times if they're going to win this game and finish the job out tonight, because it's been proven that in this series, when Cat is sticking to Wembanyama, I mean, Wembanyama just simply is either can't score or is scared to drive whenever Cat's guarding him.
Cat has made Wembanyama fall in love more with the jump shot, if anything. Whenever Karl-Anthony Towns is guarding him, it seems to deviate from the game plan that Wembanyama would usually have, which is driving to the rim and for easy layups or dunks, and instead settling for jump shots. It's not helping that he got really exhausted last game, that Mitch Johnson overutilized him to the tune of 44 minutes. His utilization has steadily gone up through every passing playoff series, and this is where he is most utilized here in the NBA Finals, where his utilization is close to or over 40 minutes a game. That's going to tire out your face of the franchise even more.
Yeah, and if anything, I feel like if Wembanyama, I feel like he's got to be way more aggressive tonight, because I feel like in this series, Alec, at least from my perspective, that seems like he's keeping pace for the most part, but by the time the fourth quarter comes, he just seems gassed, and it seems like he has barely anything left in the tank.
Yeah, we seen that being a case study in Game 4, where he was just out of gas and he has nothing left in the tank to give. So hence the more misses, and that he was a net negative in that second half, a minus 27 rating on over 20 minutes played in Game 4.
Hence why I feel like if Wembanyama is getting tired towards the end of the game, and you're sitting Dylan Harper in the fourth quarter, I feel like that should be a swap. I feel like you should have Dylan Harper play the entirety of the fourth quarter if you want some sort of spark. Like if your team is down by a certain deficit, or you're not leading by as much as you want to, I feel like Harper could give you that spark. But so far, Mitch Johnson is just sticking to what he believes works. But I think you've got to give Harper some more run, especially in late game situations.
Yeah, exactly. You want to get a rookie's confidence building up, you play Harper more minutes in the third and fourth quarters. His confidence has to be going through the roof after being one of the highest scoring Spurs in Game 4.
I also think that last game, I feel it was a very disappointing game for the Knicks in terms of their bench play. I feel like you're so used to seeing Landry Shamet and Miles McBride knock down these threes, and you didn't really see that last game. Even though they did come back, you didn't really see either of those guys really do anything. I feel like that's got to be a factor here tonight, because other than Harper, the Spurs bench is really not getting the job done at all this series.
We're not seeing a lot of Carter Bryant or Luke Cornett for that matter. Keldon Johnson only had 2 points in 18 minutes played. As for the Knicks bench, Mike Brown made the bold decision to keep Jose Alvarado on the court despite being on 5 fouls, and it worked.
Yeah, I think that was the big move that ultimately won them the game, having both Brunson and Alvarado on the floor together. And speaking of which, now we're going to have Landry Shamet check in for the first time, and Wembanyama's on the bench. Luke Cornett comes in, so he is active tonight. He was questionable with an illness. Here's Hart in the corner for 3. That misses, and here comes a rebound by Vassell.
I almost thought it was Alvarado on the court until he saw the jersey number, admittedly. But if you're Landry Shamet, you need a turnaround game. He was lights out in the first 2 games of the series. Just as this layup goes in on a wild bounce.
Now, Harper's floater is going in a careless pass by Hart, but it was a foul. Before that, I believe it was by Cornett.
Unless they're calling that a kickball, but that was Dylan Harper, of course, wearing the number 2. He may not be Kawhi Leonard, but he drives to the rim like him.
Oh, it definitely was the kickball. Sorry about that. So now Brunson will inbound the ball with Harper on him.
Yeah, hence the jersey number pun about Dylan Harper wearing number 2.
Mm-hmm. Here's Brunson. Knicks down 13-8. Still in the first quarter, Brunson double teamed. He finds a wide open Josh Hart. Now a Cat in the corner. Hart thought about going for 3. Now drives, kicks it out. Shamet around the horn. Bridges to put up a 3. That's way short. Hart gets another chance, but it has it stripped and stolen from him. And here comes Harper the other way.
A little hot potato here on both ends.
And that jump shot is no good. And it's stolen away by Vassell. And here's a corner 3. That's no good. Cornett comes in for the rebound. Then they're going to call a loose ball foul on Hart.
One too many snags on Josh Hart, but San Antonio seeing the little gap on the pass right off the defensive rebound. Could have taken advantage there, but you know about San Antonio shooting threes. That's not really their specialty that much.
And we know how much that Karl-Anthony Towns gets in early foul trouble. Hart seems to get into foul trouble as well, because in that game that they won, I think it was game I think it was game 2. Josh Hart didn't score a bucket at all, and they still won that game because of his defense and what he was able to do in the rebounding game.
That was true with Hart being efficient on rebounds, and he's a guard.
Harper, tough shot. Oh, what a reverse layup by Harper. It goes in, a 15-8 Spurs lead.
Oh, yeah, he was right on the line, right underneath the backboard for that layup as he was guarded by Shamet.
Here's Brunson on Harper, and now he gives it back up to Shamet. Shamet driving on Vassell. Shamet at the controls, 3 seconds to shoot. He's got to put up a shot soon, and he's going to put up a shot. It's no good, way off the backboard, and they're going to call a 24-second shot clock violation. Good defense by the Spurs.
New York seems to be overthinking on their shots a little bit in this first quarter. They need to, if you were to call a timeout, you probably best do it in these waiting moments here so that the Spurs don't get away with momentum here in the first.
And I don't think there's anything you can do more defensively if you're the Knicks. I mean, that was just a tough, miraculous shot by Harper there.
That was a good one there. There's nothing you could do there if you're the Knicks.
Approaching 4 left to go in the opening quarter. Harper already has almost basically half of the Spurs points, 7 of the 15. Here's Keldon Johnson driving on Shamet, retreats, gives it to Fox for 3. That's way off the back iron. And Hart trying to get the rebound. He lost it. Johnson loses it, and he throws it out of bounds. What they're going to say was last touch by a Knick.
Keldon Johnson has been San Antonio's best bench player throughout the course of the regular season, yet it's the Dylan Harper show coming through. We get our first substitutions for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson and Jose Alvarado both check in place of Cat, and I believe Josh Hart.
That is correct. Here's Harper giving it to Champagnie. Champagnie lost the ball. Here comes OG on the fast break. Harper's the only one man left to beat. Puts up a shot, misses it. Mitch tries to clean it up, but it's no good. Corner at the rebound, and here comes Fox the other way, pushing hard, trying to make a move on Brunson. Goes to the inside, and he throws the ball away. Johnson never saw it, got a hand on it. It's a turnover.
Never saw the ball the entire way. Right after that little hot potato bounce, De'Aaron Fox went to push it up the pace. I don't blame him because San Antonio loves to play fast.
Alvarado's now in the game as both him and Brunson are on the floor in these last few minutes of the first quarter here. Alvarado lost the ball momentarily, but gets it back out to Brunson. Brunson, 5 seconds to shoot. Goes in the inside. A floater is no good. Robinson trying to get the rebound, can't get it. So here comes Champagnie instead.
Early misses by the Knicks have dug them to 8 points here with just 3 minutes left in the first.
Wide open corner 3, Keldon Johnson. He gets it. 10-point lead for the Spurs.
I wonder if I'm Mike Brown, if you consider calling timeout here late in the first quarter to stop the bleeding.
He's not doing that right now as Brunson gets it back out to Alvarado. 10 seconds to shoot. Here's OG, the hero of game 4. OG step back 3 over Johnson. That's no good. Robinson does get an offensive rebound to give the Knicks another chance. Here's Brunson with 10 seconds to shoot. Guarded by Johnson. Brunson trying to make a move. Lost the ball. Very sloppy with the ball here if you're the Knicks. As Mitchell Robinson is down. Here comes a corner 3, Champagnie. That's no good. Shamet gets the rebound, and here come the Knicks.
The Knicks have been looking very sloppy to start this game, although it's a very common theme in the first 4 games.
Brunson step back jumper over Champagnie is good, and the lead is now back to 8.
A very tough bucket for Jalen Brunson. Just what the Knicks may need to see here. 3 of 19 shooting in this first. Yikes.
Definitely not good if you're the Knicks early on, but we kind of expected this, the way that they've been shooting on early on in games. A wide open corner 3, Champagnie. He missed it, and the Knicks are very fortunate that he did miss it because that was wide open.
Double rim. If you're Champagnie, who is the Spurs' best 3-point shooter, you're like, why in the world?
Alvarado misses, but Mitchell Robinson got the rebound, and he put up a shot and got fouled. But fortunately for the Spurs, Mitchell Robinson is not a good free throw shooter at all.
Now it's Luke Cornett with a hand on him. We're going to take a timeout here.
And again, it seems like every other first quarter that this series has seen, right? I mean, like the Knicks getting off to bad starts. Shots are not falling, and like you would think that the way how open the Spurs are getting from 3, you think to be up by way more than just 8 points right now.
Yeah, you think so, by a lot more here, by 8 points. The Knicks should be happy that the Spurs are missing their three-pointers still.
Definitely very concerning early on. Wemby doesn't seem like he's getting off to a hot start either, all things considered. It seems like it's mostly Harper and then whoever the Knicks just have at the rim at the time.
Yeah, so, I mean, whoever the Knicks have under, whether it be Towns, Anunoby, Robinson, you take your pick.
Yeah, it's been definitely a like touchy-feely first quarter so far.
Yeah, both teams wearing each other down defensively.
Yeah, definitely a defensive game for sure. I do want to see Cat get more involved whenever he is on the floor because I want him to drive and be as aggressive as he wants because especially when Wembanyama's guarding him because, again, you got to keep in mind when we started this thing, we told you that Wembanyama has 3 flagrant foul points. So if he gets one more, then he's suspended for the next game. If the Spurs go on to win this game, he'll be unavailable for next game. So, like, Wembanyama, he can't be too – he can be aggressive, but he can't be too aggressive.
Yeah, and if we're going further here, for the Knicks, would you want to see more of Deuce McBride or Jordan Clarkson off the bench here as the game continues?
I mean, Mike Brown has been going for like a multitude of like different combinations. I mean, I've seen Deuce and Clarkson in there, and Clarkson has been getting some good minutes. Deuce, not last game, but the game before, he was getting some good buckets. So maybe he puts him in here and tries to give him some good run here. We have seen Huck Porty last game get a little bit of run, but I thought that was only for like defensive purposes, like early on in the game. But he used that. He used Sohan for a little bit in the series last game. I don't anticipate that this game, but I do think that you're going to see a lot more different combinations this time.
Like possibly, could you be thinking of the possibility of Mohamed Diawara?
I mean, I would love that personally because I love Mohamed Diawara, but I don't think that Mike Brown is going to do that unless Cat is really in foul trouble and like they keep hack-a-mitching, I feel like maybe even then I feel like you would put in Huck Porty instead, even though I think absolutely I agree. I think that Diawara should get some run in this finals, and he just hasn't. I mean, and it's a shame because I think he's a really good scorer. I think he can defend the ball well, and I think he's a really good player. And in those games, like when he was playing, he was playing with Tyler Kolek, who's not getting any run this postseason. I feel like that's a little bit disappointing, but I also understand it. I mean, like you go what's been working. But yeah, I feel like just like try to see what works, and I think like just stick to the game plan and see where the chips may fall.
And so we'll see how Mitchell Robinson does here. That's a nice shot at the Stanley Cup at Las Vegas.
Yep, Alec, Hurricanes up 3-2 in that series. So hopefully they close it out tomorrow night.
Yeah, and hopefully that we see your Knicks close it out here tonight.
Yeah, let's hope so. And here's Mitchell Robinson, who on record is the worst has the worst free throw percentage in the NBA playoff history, and he misses the first one because he doesn't bend his knees and is an arc a shot, even though the only thing that he practices in the practice courts are his free throws. And you see videos of him making every single one of them, but in the game, you never see him make any of them.
Oh, what a stark contrast it is, because we know about the whole Ben Simmons highlight videos at practice.
And he misses both of them. Way too strong, not even close. Kind of expected that. And I feel like you're going to see some hack-a-mitch, especially if the Spurs get like a big enough lead. You're probably going to see a lot of hack-a-mitch until they get Robinson off the floor. Here's Fox. Jump shot over Anunoby, and it's good. Back to a 10-point lead for the Spurs. 1:20 left to go in the first quarter.
You don't see those over Anunoby a lot for those jump shots because Anunoby is one of the better defensive wingers on the Knicks.
Here's Alvarado still on the floor at the controls trying to get to Brunson. He does. Brunson with 5 seconds to shoot. Goes for a 3 over Champagnie. Wow, and he sticks it.
A high arcing shot. Yeah. Nothing that Champagnie could do, even for as good of a defense that he put up.
Wembanyama for 3, and that's no good. I don't know what he was thinking there because Wembanyama isn't exactly known for his 3-point shot, Alec.
No, he's not. If you make him fall in love with a jump shot, that could go to Knicks' favor.
Brunson slips and falls, and Champagny gets tied up with him, so they're going to call a jump ball, see if Brunson's okay. Seems like there's a wet spot that the Spurs crew didn't take care of.
Oh, I feel they need to. They need to do a better job of taking care of any wet spots that are on the court, because if you leave those behind, that's going to cost you.
Yeah, the last thing that you want is for anybody to get hurt because of a wet spot.
Yeah, our own Jake Hogger just said in the comments, Wemby doing anything but go in the post this series, and I agree. He has to attack the rim more. He's lacking that throughout this series.
42 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. They're going to give it Brunson against Castle here on the tip-off.
Point guard and point guard.
And Castle wins it, and he gets his own tip. So here comes Fox. Fox trying to make a move against Shamet, and Shamet's a great defender. Retreats it in the corner. That's a wild shot, and it goes in, but they're going to call a foul beforehand against Alvarado, so that's going to be his first.
Yeah, so that shoot won't count for Devin Vassell. That was a nifty move, but Jose Alvarado had a foul away from the play.
25 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Here is Fox, retreats it. Champagny top of the key three, and that's good. Back to a 10-point lead, go the Spurs.
He's their best three-point shooter, and if San Antonio wants to deliver some three-pointers, this is the guy you feed to.
Here's Alvarado. He can hold for the final shot. Both teams are in the bonus. Alvarado loses the ball momentarily, but gets it back up for Brunson. 5 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Brunson gives it back up. Alvarado, a long, deep three, and he misses off the front rim and out. And after the first quarter, the Spurs lead 23-13. The Knicks, the fewest points in any quarter this proposed season. So that's very concerning early on. But again, Alec, we expected the Spurs to come out strong.
Yeah, we did, for a better start. The team that has the better start would get on to winning this game. Early on, it seems like it would trend towards the Spurs, but we've seen in previous games that it trends towards the Spurs early. And we all know how those previous 4 games ended out, save for one of them.
Yeah, Knicks are very, very fortunate to only be down by 10 right now because they're in the bonus early. The Spurs are missing a lot of shots, especially from 3, that they definitely should have made. And the Knicks, I expected a rough start. I would have loved to, for once, see them get off to a hot start. Just hasn't happened at all, but luckily they didn't really have to.
Yeah, luckily as well. Although the Knicks, they're fortunate down by 10, but just 13 points. You expected more from New York as we transpire through this game. I expect a better response in this coming quarter, the second quarter. I know San Antonio doesn't want to let their foot off the gas pedal. That's easier said than done after what happened last game.
Yeah, the formula in this series has been pretty consistent. Spurs have a really good first quarter. Then the Knicks have a good second quarter. Third quarter is kind of mixed. And then the Knicks close it out in the fourth quarter. That seems to be the one consistent formula so far in the series.
So far, it has been that way. That fourth quarter Brunson time comes on. And we know fourth quarter Brunson, that's when the best version of him evolves here.
I think that's one of the big reasons, too, why I think that the Knicks, you're seeing a lot of these stats that you're just not seeing before. Teams that were down by this much in the fourth quarter with this much time left were 1 in 167 or something like that. And now it's 0 in 167, and now it's 1 in 167 because only the Knicks do this because they have a guy like Jalen Brunson who has the clutch gene in him and refuses to quit whenever the closing minutes come by.
If these Knicks refuse to quit in general, it's not just Brunson, it's the whole team. It's to see things. Nice tap block from Wembanyama. His defense has been the highlight for San Antonio early in this game. He's denied Towns and he's denied Anunoby a clean dunk on the rim.
And I think that if the Spurs are going to win this game, then Wembanyama has to be aggressive on both ends of the floor. And I think he's doing that so far on the defensive end for sure.
He has. On the defensive end, he's attacked the rim. but we need to see the same from him offensively if he were to continue attacking the rim. For New York, they need to have the shots to continue to fall here. They need to get back to those ways in which they've been creative, drive towards the post, because starting off 4 of 22 shooting isn't going to bode well.
That's definitely not going to cut it if you are the Knicks. But again, luckily, what we've seen from this team is that they don't quit, especially when it comes later in the game. And hopefully we can see that tonight. But again, off to a good start. It's kind of looking more so the same as what we've been seeing every other game.
Yeah, it's been more so the same. And I feel by how the series has trended, we could be seeing more so the same.
So here we go. Start of the second quarter. Almost losing the ball is Carter Bryant, who just checked in. Here's Fox against Alvarado. Wembanyama setting a screen. 3 seconds to shoot. I think it should have been a backcourt. I think he stepped in the line. Fox 3. That's no good. Doesn't matter anyway. Cat gets the rebound.
Oh, I don't think he stepped behind the line.
I think he stepped on the line. It looked like it at first glance. But here's Alvarado. Kick out corner 3. OG driving. Can get back out. Deuces is in the game. Alvarado corner 3 blocked by Wembanyama. No chance. That's Wembanyama's third block. Can't do that for Alvarado.
Yeah, he's been all over the court, and that's a massive height difference between Alvarado and Wembanyama.
Yeah, definitely not the shot you want to go with there if you're the Knicks. That's a good tip by McBride, but corner 3 Champagnie is good. Tips it right back into the hands of Champagnie. So now it's a 13-point lead as the Spurs have doubled up on the Knicks here to start off the second quarter.
If you're McBride, you're like, how in the world was that not out?
McBride gets the ball, and it's knocked out of bounds by Wembanyama, trying to find Alvarado in the corner.
That was what McBride was hoping for, to knock it out of bounds and prevent it from going to Champagnie.
Knicks going a little bit of small ball here, keeping only Cat as the lone big man. I don't really like this lineup, especially when Wembanyama's on the floor. I think the last thing you want to do is small ball, in my opinion.
At this point, if you're going up against a 7'5" Wembanyama, small ball would be more for the quicker guards. But if you're going up against Wembanyama, this small ball line is best suited for when Wembanyama's off the court.
Cat finds Shamet flying high, a 4th block by Wembanyama, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Shamet. 4 blocks already.
All right. And this time, Shamet was driving up towards the rim.
Again, it's way too easy for Wembanyama. You're making it too easy for him by putting a smaller guy on him, trying to go for a shot, and that's going to be a foul on Alvarado on the floor on Castle.
Yeah, if you're having too many smaller guys on the court and they're testing Wembanyama, that's just too easy for him to get those blocks.
Now, obviously, I think Mike Brown will adjust later on, but so far, right now, with this lineup on the floor, I mean, you have Deuce McBride, Shamet, and Alvarado, 3 of your 5 on the floor, and you have Wembanyama on the floor, so that's not going to bode well on switches. And now, Mikhail, speaking of switches, Shamet checks out and Bridges checks in.
To match some of the defensive intensity that New York has on San Antonio.
Here's Castle trying to find open lane. Alvarado on the switch. Alvarado stops, and it wasn't called a charge, even though I think it should have been. Gets the rebound. A good block by OG Anunoby, and a 24-second shot clock violation. Great defense by the Knicks there.
Wembanyama tried to keep this in at the moment as there was a little hot potato going on from San Antonio. The block by Anunoby has left them confused and not knowing what to do, which is good defense.
Here come the Knicks the other way. Alvarado at the controls now. And he lost the ball, but it was tipped. Oh, it is going to be called a backcourt. So careless ball handling there by Alvarado.
Excellent defense by Dylan Harper to deny Alvarado any control beyond the half-court line. Spurs fans thought there was a backcourt in Game 4 just before the Anunoby tip, but Mike Brown saw that and called timeout beforehand.
7 turnovers already on the Knicks, and that's something you don't want to do, especially early on in this first half. They have not scored at all in this second quarter yet. It's a 13-point lead for the Spurs. Here's Wembanyama. And Cat, great block, and here comes the steal. And Alvarado's going speedy the other way, and he misses, but he kicks it out. Deuce to Cat. Cat pump fakes on Wembanyama. Tries to find another open man. Can't get past him. Here comes Alvarado. Alvarado driving inside, and he misses the layup. I think that was blocked by Bryant. And here comes Harper. Harper misses, but he's fouled by OG Anunoby.
I thought Jose Alvarado may have drawn some contact. I don't know if there was some contact on Alvarado from the paint, but we do know Dylan Harper, he's the one that's going to go to the line.
Yeah, the Knicks have got to do a better job on both ends of the floor right now because they have not scored a bucket yet in the second quarter, and their defense just looks very shaky.
Yes, it's been a very shaky first half for New York. This has not been going well.
But you also got to give credit to the Spurs for actually executing. So
at least they are executing on fundamentals. That's where they want to go back on.
But you also got to factor in what happened last game where they had a half like this and they proceeded to blow it in the second half. So 14-point lead is a nothing deficit. And here comes the second free throw, and now it's a 15-point deficit.
And New York, they need something here, a response. With Josh Hart back on the court, he replaces Anunoby.
Here's Alvarado. Knicks down by 15. Cat thought about a three. I'm glad he didn't. And now he gives it back to Cat, driving on Wemby, kicks it out for Hart. Hart trying to find a lane inside, can't. Back out to Cat, 3 seconds to shoot against Castle. He's got to put up a shot. Tough fadeaway, and he gets it. Wow. Off one leg, Cat did the Dirk shot, and it went in.
With the time winding down, the shot clock, he put that up, a miracle shot right on Dylan Harper, or excuse me, Stephon Castle.
And that's Cat's first bucket of the game that comes at just under 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Here's Wembanyama faking a three. Gets it out to Harper. Wide open for three. He misses it. Rebound, fighting for it, and Cat gets it. And it's poked way out of bounds. They're going to say it's last touched by the Spurs.
As has been the case, New York is making Wembanyama fall in love with the jump shot, and they're making him look uncomfortable here with him on the offensive attack. San Antonio needs to scheme up ways to get to the inside.
Brunson checks back in as Mikhail takes a seat. So now let's see who is going to be inbounding it.
I think Alvarado's sitting down.
Oh, no, they're saying last touch by the Knicks. Okay, so Castle will inbound it. To Wembanyama. Guarded by Cat. Wembanyama for three, and that's good.
I did mention about making him fall in love with a jump shot. I didn't expect this, but a nice screen by Castle set that up.
And a foul by Wembanyama. I'm surprised they actually called a foul on him. Hit Cat in the arm.
Yeah, he hooked him. I think he hooked him up front, right in front of his face. Upset about that. Yeah, and yes, the screen by Stephon Castle, who blocked off Karl Anthony Towns to set that up. Yep.
I think the Knicks are going to challenge. I saw the green light go
No,
on.
I saw the Spurs are going to challenge it.
The Spurs are challenging. I think that's a foul.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's going to be a foul. He hooked Towns on the arm. I don't think there's going to be enough to overturn it. He's pleading his case that Towns grabbed him, but I don't think he's going to win this argument.
Well, I'm not putting anything past this officiating crew because as we've been seeing, I mean, there's clear calls on Wembanyama that they simply don't call or they challenge and they keep it or they overturn it in the Spurs' favor. So I'm not putting anything past this officiating crew.
Yeah, because knowing NBA officials, we expect the unexpected to happen.
Yeah, definitely kind of all Spurs here in this first half. So,
but we do know that the Knicks turned it on the second half. We saw this in these games here at San Antonio, and we saw it in Game 4. That even if it's a 16-point game, it's never over.
That is correct. It has not been over. And when you factor in the tenacity and the relentlessness of this Knicks team, it just seems like that they're not as aggressive as the Spurs are right now, in my personal opinion. I feel like they're playing way too conservative.
They're just playing relaxed here. Perhaps I don't know if the Knicks are saving their energy for the second half, knowing that Mitch Johnson is exhausting his guys.
Well, that could very well be the case, Alec, because as we've seen, it seems like the fourth quarter, the Knicks seem to turn it up a notch, and the Spurs seem like they run out of gas, like by the time that point reaches.
Yes, we know about bench points, as we pointed out. Dylan Harper is 9 of the 12 bench points. The other 3 came from Keldon Johnson's three-pointer. New York's bench does not have a point so far.
Definitely concerning early on, but I think it's only going to be a matter of time before the Knicks seem to find their rhythm a little bit, because if they keep playing the way that they've been playing right now, I think it's going to be 3-2 heading back to Madison Square Garden.
Who knows, though, because every Knicks game has been a very tight contest, and we've seen just a second 20-plus point comeback from New York this postseason, the other being Game 1 against Cleveland.
I also think that this game so far, like I have to see. I think the first play coming out of this timeout here, I think is going to be really key, because Mike Brown always likes to run like a different play after every timeout, and usually that's kind of like where he likes the Knicks to get like a spark or like start something off a run.
Perhaps a different lineup could do the works here. So in the meantime, during these challenges, I would think that Mike Brown and Mitch Johnson are currently writing up their schemes here. Maybe a different lineup could do the trick, but I'd imagine that Brunson's still going to be the focal point. If not him, then I would believe it's going to be Karl-Anthony Towns.
Right now, it seems like Brunson is kind of doing the work scoring-wise. And like I said, Cat only has one bucket, so he's definitely got to get more involved.
He has to. It cannot be just the rebounds here. Not to mention about taking care of the ball, where he has 4 turnovers on the night, Cat.
Okay, so they overturn the call, so a good challenge by the Spurs. See, told you. They didn't call a foul, then they're going to say it was marginal contact. So here come the Spurs. Carter Bryant going in, lost the ball. Terrible ball handling. Here come the Knicks the other way. Here's Deuce McBride with the ball. Gets the Cat. Cornette's in the game now, so Wembanyama's on the bench. Brunson is in. So big minutes here for the Knicks in the non-Wemby minutes. McBride trying to find Cat. Good got by Castle. Corner 3, Mikal Bridges. Good. And it's now a 13-point deficit with 7:38 left to go in the second quarter.
New York must take advantage of the minutes in which Wembanyama is on the bench. If Cornette's on the court, that's when you have to take full advantage.
Corner 3, Vassell misses. Even though he got an offensive rebound, just great defense at the rim by Hart there.
Great defense up front by Hart, and Vassell misses on the second chance. Towns does get another rebound.
The layup, the follow through, no good by Hart, and they're going to say it's off the Knicks, and Hart is arguing that it was tipped and last touched by Castle. He's pleading Mike Brown to challenge it. See if he does, and he does not.
I think Mike Brown is smart not to challenge this, because the videotape may see that Hart may have last touched the ball. We don't have a replay.
Castle missed the top of the key 3, so here come the Knicks on the other end. It's Deuce McBride to Cat to Brunson. Brunson driving in. Tough shot. He misses it. And here comes Carter Bryant giving off to Dylan Harper. No points in the paint at all right now for the Knicks, which is very concerning. Here comes a shot by Harper, and that's good.
New York needs to drive to the rim here. They need a response here after San Antonio has been driving to the rim.
Harper has a third of all the Spurs points with 11 of the 33. 15-point lead for the Spurs. Here's Mikal Bridges. Top of the key 3, Josh Hart, and that's good. Knicks have been hitting their threes for the last couple of minutes. They started off really poor shooting-wise from 3, but now they've hit, I think, their last 3 threes.
5 of 12 overall. That matches the Spurs' 5 3-pointers, but they're 5 of 17.
Bad pass by Cornette trying to feed a Harper on the back cut, and he just completely misread that play, and it's a turnover by the Spurs.
Miscommunication between Cornette and Harper on the left side. That's what led to that bad pass.
6:04 left to go. It's a 33-21 Spurs lead, up by 12.
The Cornet expected Harper to stick to the left corner instead of driving to the paint.
Mm-hmm. Brunson being guarded by, I think that's Johnson. It is. Brunson trying to put a move on Johnson. A left-handed floater, no good. Mitchell Robinson missed the tip in, and they're going to say last touch by the Spurs. So we'll keep it here. Nick basketball, 14 to shoot.
And because as Brunson's shot hit the rim, the shot clock resets to 14. So it's a good idea to put shots up at the paint and get those mid-range shots as Wembanyama checks in back for Cornet.
The inbounds to Mikal Bridges. Here's Mitchell Robinson. Checks back in, trying to find Mikal Bridges again. He does. A good screen. Mikal Bridges in the corner. 3 seconds to shoot. Josh Hart's got to put up a three. A three is no good. The tip, it's hit the front iron. Brunson a three, and that's good. Jalen Brunson gets it to single digits. It's a 9-point game.
Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson combining through. Hart had the tough shot, but Brunson had the more wide open look. A wide open look means you have a bigger chance.
Wembanyama misses the jumper. Here comes Brunson, approaching 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Here is Deuce McBride. Top of the key three, the Deuce chance, and that's way off the back iron. You hear the Deuce crowd, a chance from the crowd. Mostly, half of them are Knicks fans. Here is Vassell, and that's a layup. He missed. And they're going to say it's goaltend. I think Mitch Robinson touched it when it was still on the rim. It's going to count.
Yeah, they're going to say it's a goaltend. It was bouncing on the rim. You cannot do that when the ball is bouncing around the rim. Once again, we talked about situational awareness. Robinson didn't understand situational awareness there.
Oh, that looked close. It looked like it was going off. I don't know about that one, Alec.
Yeah, maybe Mike Brown needs to challenge that.
No, he's not going to challenge it. That ball was going off.
It was going off
the cylinder anymore. So refs missed one there. Here's Brunson. He is on fire right now. He has not missed from the floor yet.
Oh, man. And that's the first points in the paint for the Knicks all game.
Brunson has half of the Knicks points. Here's Wembanyama. He misses the three badly, well short. Here's Hart. Under 4.5 left to go in the first half. Here's Brunson. Brunson, the hot hand right now. Champagny guarding him. Or Vassell, excuse me. Now it's Johnson on the switch. Brunson gives it up. 5 seconds to shoot. Brunson double teamed. It's good. Jalen Brunson has not missed at all yet. 15 points on a 10-2 run to go to the Knicks.
Speaking of being en fuego here, he's en fuego, red hot for the Knicks. And yes, Wembanyama, the Knicks are forcing him to fall in love with a jump shot still, even with wide open threes. That's not his game.
Wembanyama missed the shot, but gets his own rebound as Mitchell Robinson was trying to get it. Wembanyama going real slow at the controls here. 5 seconds to shoot. Good tip out by Mitchell Robinson. Wembanyama got to shoot it up. No, he gets the Fox for three, and that's good. As the shot clock expires, back to a 10-point deficit.
San Antonio had no choice with Josh Hart back on defense, with Wembanyama finding an option, and Fox can shoot threes, but sparingly, and that time he did and made it.
Brunson against Fox. Brunson got fouled by I think Fox. That's his first.
And I think this is going to be, it's going to be a shooting foul if anything. So if all things hold up, he's going to go to the line.
And he will. Brunson is at the line. Brunson has been everywhere tonight. He's had 15 of the Knicks' 28 points right now. Over half the points.
The funny thing was about that shot is that it didn't look like a shot to me. It felt like he was going to pass to Mitchell Robinson.
And with all of the shots Mitchell Brunson is making, he misses his first free throw.
Irony. It's irony that the first missed shot that he has is a missed free throw.
I mean, I think you can allow a miss from there. I mean, the way he's been scoring the basketball.
Yeah, that's fair. And the Knicks are turning it on right now here in this second quarter. So the Knicks are turning it on earlier than usual.
And we've seen them have a better second quarter, and we're seeing just that as Brunson splits a pair. So he's got 16 of the 29. Here comes Fox, finds a wide open Castle in the corner for three, and that misses. OG Anunoby the rebound. 3 left to go in the first half. Knicks down by 9. Here's Brunson. Gives it off to Mikal Bridges, who hasn't scored a bucket yet. Brunson at the controls, guarded. Finds Mikal Bridges top of the key 3, and that rattles home. A 6-point deficit.
Brunson's been involved in most of the Knicks scoring tonight. And that time he finds a wide open Bridges just as he was about to get closed off.
Good defense by Cat, but he fouls Castle trying to drive to the rim there.
He was driving up. He didn't. I don't think Cat feels that he got fouled. We'll have to check again. The Knicks are going to, I believe, challenge this.
Seems like it, as we're going to get another commercial break. And this is exactly what we've been seeing every single game. Spurs, terrific first quarter. Knicks, terrific second quarter, Alec.
It's been a back and forth switcheroo between both sides. The Spurs started off hot, and the Knicks said, hold on a minute. You better hold your horses.
The big key for the Knicks is they're shooting way better from 3 in this quarter on. And Brunson right now, I mean, like, he can't be stopped right now.
He's going to make his case for finals MVP.
Yeah.
And should the Knicks win tonight, I think he's going to get it, Kevin.
I mean, I think you can make a real argument for OG Anunoby if the Knicks win this finals. But right now, Brunson is the star of the show here.
He is. He hasn't missed any shot from the field, save for that one free throw. As I read off his shooting metrics overall, he's 6 of 11. He's perfect from deep, 3 for 3. 6 of 11 overall. I don't think he's missed from the field in this quarter.
In the quarter, yeah. I should have prefaced that, yeah.
Yeah, but 16 points, which is half of the New York points. But he's also assisted on the Mikal Bridges free. So to account for that, he has scored or assisted on 19 of the Knicks' 32 points.
Yeah, Brunson only has one thing on his mind is he wants this series to end tonight. And he's showing why so far.
And I know Knicks fans have been waiting here, and that includes Zoran Mamdani, who was in attendance for the Brazil-Morocco game in MetLife. That's
right. I only caught a little bit of it. I know it was actually no. Yeah, it was 1-1. Didn't that game end a tie, Alec?
Yeah, that game ended in a tie.
Yeah. Okay. So I did see the whole thing. Never mind. Crazy game.
It was between them. And I did like Morocco in their group against Brazil. That the way that Morocco plays is a fast-paced game. Brazil, they do have that talent, and I was concerned about them without Neymar, but he's kind of aging out. And they do have some backup insurance like Rafinha and Vini Jr. Vini Jr. scored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that Neymar wasn't in the game. I looked up his age. Neymar's 34, so he's getting up there in age, but he's still going for it.
Oh yeah, he's still going, and he has help with Vini Jr. and Rafinha. And I can't wait to see how the rest of the World Cup goes. There was that wild opening game between Mexico and South Africa, 3 red cards as opposed to 2 goals, and Raul Jimenez finally has a World Cup goal at last.
Yeah, and also for FIFA World Cup fans, I mean, like, if you have nowhere to be tomorrow, there's going to be a plethora of matches tonight, including one at midnight on the East Coast. It's Australia against Turkey at midnight. So if you want to stay up late and watch that, go right ahead. I won't stop you.
Well, that bodes well for me being a night owl.
Go ahead. I will be sound asleep by then.
Yep. Yep.
Or maybe I'll be partying all night if the Knicks win. Who knows?
Yep. Let's see. Jon Stewart at the West Village Manhattan watch party.
Yeah, there's watch parties aplenty.
And guess who's courtside too? It's Timothée Chalamet.
Chalamet. Castle at the line hits his first free throw. It's a 7-point lead for the Spurs. 2:34 left to go in the first half.
Oh,
Castle, that's his first points. His first point of the game. 14 minutes. That's his only point. A free throw.
I'm surprised it took him this long to get on the board here.
Castle makes both. So he has two. That's his first points of the game, coming in 2:34 left to go in the second quarter. Then maybe that's another reason why it's the deficit isn't as much as it could have been. So it's an 8-point lead for the Spurs. Bridges misses a 3 badly. Still no bench points for the Knicks yet. It's also pretty concerning. Again, with all of those bad stats that we're throwing at you, they're very fortunate to only be down by 8 points. A missed shot by Castle. Great defense there by Mitchell Robinson. And here comes Brunson.
0-for-7 is Castle on the game. And there was some excellent defense there, as you mentioned, Kevin, right on Castle. They're not giving him any clean looks.
Bridges missed a 3, it rimmed in and out. Here comes Fox. Fox stopped and thought about it and then gives it back up, and back to him it goes. Fox trying to get a shot over OG Anunoby, misses. The tip out, and OG gets it. Here comes a quick fast break attempt. Is Brunson, transition 3. Rims out, just misses. That's his first miss from the field. It was halfway down and 90 seconds left to go in the first half.
That in both times, those misses came in and out. So that's some bad luck. Those were some good looks, but just bad luck.
Oh, great defense as Kornet couldn't get the pass. Here's Hart. Puts up a wild shot, goes in, and 1. And Hart cuts it to a 6-point game.
A steal for Josh Hart, leading to a wild circus shot as he goes down courtside here. Maybe you'd fight Timothy Chalamet here and get some selfies with him should New York win it tonight.
The old Knicks players from the past are in attendance tonight, as we mentioned. Patrick
Ewing,
on Starks, Bernard King, Stephon Marbury, you name it, they're there.
So, speaking of former Knicks players, how would Carmelo Anthony feel about a Knicks championship?
Oh, I think he would be ecstatic. You kidding me? I mean, like, he was on the team I grew up with when I first started becoming a Knicks fan. Alec, I remember that team like the back of my own hand. That 2013 team: Carmelo Anthony, Amari Stoudemire, J.R. Smith, Raymond Felton, Iman Shumpert, Steve Novak. I mean, that was a great team, and like they were outmatched that particular year by the Pacers. That was just a good Pacers team. They had Lance Stevenson, Paul George at his prime, Roy Hibbert. They had a really good team, and I don't think they were going to get past LeBron, Wade, and Bosh anyway. So I didn't really feel that at the time, but this particular team is different.
Yeah, I feel that it's a team effort all around. The Knicks are known for complete team efforts. We have an official review on the foul to see if there was a foul or not. I think the and one should stand.
It definitely should stand. For sure it should stand. You can't take that bucket away from Josh Hart right now.
Now they're not reviewing in the common foul. They're reviewing to see if it's a common foul or flagrant foul. We do know there's a foul on the play. The question is, was there intent from Fox? Flagrant 1.
Wow. I'm a Knicks fan, and I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. I think there was barely any contact there, personally.
I mean, I don't see if there was any intent from Fox. It doesn't seem like Fox was intentionally pushing Hart off the basket.
Now, Alec, I feel like this is some contradictions here. If they're going to call that a flagrant foul, and what Wemby did to Brunson 2 games ago by putting him to the ground, I have no clue what a flagrant foul is anymore.
Me neither, Kevin. This does not. That is a flagrant foul, but you don't call the Wembanyama one a flagrant. There's no consistency with the officiating anymore.
No, I mean, and like people are going to be like, people who are non-Knicks and non-Spurs fans are going to try to tell me like, oh, it's not the refs. The Knicks just played bad. I'm like, yeah, Knicks played bad, but I can also blame some of those calls on the refs that they should either be making or not be making. So this is a valid criticism to make. Anyway, here's a 5-point lead for the Spurs as the Knicks have made a good run here. Mikal Bridges, the floater, is good. And what do you know? It's a 3-point game with a minute to go in the second quarter.
New York's energized and they're building off the momentum. And as we mentioned, Kevin, with Wembanyama off the court, they need to eat these minutes and get them in their favor. And they're doing exactly that.
Harper, the hot hand for San Antonio, misses the rebound, fighting for it. Champagnie, and he is out of bounds. I think they're going to say last touch by the Knicks. I'm not sure which Knick touched that last. It might have been Hart.
I think it was Hart.
I have to take another look at it. I didn't really see it because it was in the corner.
Hey, he's wondering, and he's tweeting to Scott Foster, I didn't touch that last, but I feel that this was too close to call. Nice ball movement, though, by the Knicks on the Bridges floater.
Well, 14 seconds for the Spurs. 43 seconds left and counting to go in the first half. OG is guarding hard on Fox. 5 seconds to shoot. Fox is going to put up a three, top of the key, way off. Hart with the rebound. Fox has not been good so far in this game at all.
No, he's not. And some NBA fans and pundits are already calling for Harper to start already and move Fox to the bench.
Good pass cross court. Here's Hart. 8 seconds. Tough shot by Hart. Misses front of the rim. Mitchell Robinson trying to tip it out, and he can't get it out. And here comes Fox. And they're going to hold for the final shot. Under 10 seconds left to go in the first half. Here comes Fox. Going right by Brunson. Kicks it out. 1 second. They got to put a shot up. The shot is good. And it goes in by Vassell. And the Spurs have a 5-point lead as we head into halftime.
Bruce, free bodies up front at the buzzer. Now, what do we see here? We're at the half. 42-37 is the Spurs lead. Right after that tough and one by Josh Hart.
Yeah, even though that Vassell got the final shot there, Alec, I feel like the Knicks definitely have the Spurs right where they want them, because you got to keep in mind here that you typically the first half deficit is not by a lot.
As the first half ends, we send it back over to Matt Siriani. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. First off, I gotta say you two are doing incredible. First of all. Second of all, as I was changing the scoreboard, so the way we have it set up here, for those of you who are tuning in, we don't have the live game footage or audio because we don't want to get hit with the copyright. Because who wants to get hit with the copyright? Nobody. So we're doing this the safe way. I talked to Kevin Alec about this beforehand. I have been pacing back and forth throughout this entire game, trying to keep up with the score. Strong defensive first half, I must say. I think like we've seen what we've seen already. You know, the Spurs start off strong in the first quarter. Second half, the Knicks start to chip away, and now all of a sudden the Knicks are back in it. A 5-point deficit. Yeah, they gave up the bucket before the half expired, but still, you were down by 16 earlier in this game. So the Knicks right now, they're down by 5, but to them, they'll take it.
Yeah, that's, like I've been telling Alec ever since during the game. I mean, like no deficit is insurmountable when it comes to this Knicks team. And like I'm like, yeah, they're missing shots and all that, but I know they're going to come back in the second quarter, and honestly, they did. Third quarter, I feel like it's going to be kind of split, but I think it's the same formula. If the Knicks keep it close by the end of the third quarter, I feel like that they've going to do what they've done in the fourth quarter, and that's just let Jalen Brunson do his thing. And so far in that first half, I mean, Jalen Brunson has, 18 points now, Alec?
16. It's still at 16, but he's assisted on the Bridges free. He's sitting at, that was the lone assist that he has. So he's scored or assisted on almost half of the Knicks' points, 19 of them.
Yeah. First off, the Knicks are clearly riding through Jalen Brunson. OG Anunoby hasn't been as sharp as he was back in game 4. Game 4, scoring 33 points. He has been kind of quiet tonight, but I think the Spurs know that. They don't want to get beat by him, but they're still leaving Brunson open on a lot of threes. So I think that if you're the Spurs, you know what to expect in the second half. You got to clamp down defensively. If you're the Knicks, you just got to keep pressing offensively. You just got to keep being aggressive, take chances on shots, but also play some defense. I mean, that was the one thing Karl-Anthony Towns preached in game 2. The offense is going to come back, but you got to play defense.
Yeah, I think you said it, Matt. I feel like Cat's got to do more. I need to see way more from him because he's just not scoring at all. He's not being as aggressive as he was in the previous games. Even same thing for Wembanyama. I mean, after that first quarter, he looked terrible in the second quarter. So I think he needs to be more aggressive. But again, like I said with Alec, Wembanyama has to play aggressive, but not too aggressive, because if he has one more flagrant, he's going to be suspended. So
right.
Yep, that's also the case here. And Wembanyama, he has been off his groove here. in Game 5. He hasn't been aggressive going to the paint, which he needs to be. We've seen him settling more for jump shots, which is not his game. And as a result, he's 3 of 10 shooting with 9 points. And 2 of those points have come on free throws. He hasn't been going towards the rim as much as Spurs fans want him to, because this game has been more the Dylan Harper show, if anything. And Harper's riding away with momentum from the second half. And that's good news. The bad, Wembanyama hasn't been as aggressive.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this Dylan Harper has got to get the ball more in the second half. And that's something that Mitch Johnson hasn't learned yet. He hasn't really started Dylan Harper in the fourth quarter, and that's costing the Spurs games. So if you know how good, and Dylan Harper hasn't been fantastic tonight, but he's good enough to know where you have to rely on him in the fourth quarter. If Mitch Johnson doesn't coach well in the second half, if he's smart, he would do the right thing and put Dylan Harper in. But we'll have to see what his strategy is going into the second half.
And we know, of course, that De'Aaron Fox hasn't looked good this series, and that continued because he is 2 of 8 shooting with 5 points.
Yes. So 2 of 8 for 5 points, not great, but you never know who's going to turn it on in the second half. If you're the Knicks, right, like Kevin and I have said, it's right there. 24 more minutes.
That's all that matters if for the Knicks. Just 24 more minutes to put this one away in this 5-point basketball game. And Kevin mentioned the Knicks have the Spurs where they want them. However, New York does not have any bench points. And San Antonio, on the contrary, 11 of the 14 bench points came by way of the aforementioned Dylan Harper. The other 3, a Keldon Johnson 3-pointer.
So the bench needs to contribute, and this is a guy in Mike Brown who loves utilizing the bench, but we haven't really seen the bench contribute tonight for the Knicks. If that needs to change in the second half, Landry Shamet and Deuce McBride need to get going.
And of course, as we mentioned about the bench, one of the unsung heroes of Game 4, Jose Alvarado, who the Knicks have been a plus rating with him on the court, as opposed to when he is off the court. So there's plenty of time for him to change the game and make an impact. The bonus points if he does one of those sneaky steals like he did in New Orleans.
Yeah, oh my God. So the Knicks know what they are. This is their second half team, like you mentioned earlier. So there's a lot of time for Mike Brown to draw something up. I don't know what the speech is in the locker room, but if you're Mike Brown, you gotta give probably one of the biggest speeches of your life.
You have to, because unlike 2007 against the Spurs,
right?
He in this series is the better coach between him and Mitch Johnson. He's the more seasoned and experienced coach, and he's learned his time well, whether it be from Sacramento or with Cleveland. He's been there through it all.
He has, and I think that previous finals experience over nearly 20 years later, I think, has sat with him and has taught him lessons on how to perform here. I mean, this Spurs team, as talented as they are, they're not perfect. They've had some flaws.
They're not perfect. And I know this may be the inverse, where Cleveland, at the time in which Mike Brown was the coach of them, was the upstart team with LeBron James. Well, the Spurs were the veteran and seasoned team led by fundamentals. The Knicks are led by fundamentals this time around under Mike Brown, whereas the Spurs are the young and upstart team. That doesn't mean that the Spurs should be counted out at any point, because they did defeat the reigning champion OKC Thunder, and they got by through the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are always a tough out.
Yes, absolutely. Now, one thing I want to go over, and this is something that caught my attention about the NBA Finals. This is the highest viewed NBA Finals since 1998. I don't know if you saw that, Alec.
Oh, that is good news for the NBA. Of course, the New York market helps out a lot, because
big time.
When you have the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals, that's always good for the association. And to have it at the ratings in which it had since Michael Jordan's last finals, that's a big deal.
So the fact that the NBA is getting this viewership is a positive step in the right direction. Now they have to capitalize on that. And like you said, I think the New York market is heavily contributing to this, for sure.
Yes, and with the return of the Spurs, who are a young upstart and, I'll have to admit, very likable group.
Yes, they are, for the most part. I guess you could say the Spurs are likable. For them being as young as they are.
We get
Likeable
have
to
Kevin
a
back here.
degree, for sure. Well, you don't look at obviously the drama with like the fouls being favorable or and Wemby being like having calls on him that should have been called or like had just not been called. So likable to a degree.
Yeah, likable to a
Well, at
degree.
least in your mind.
In my mind, yes. I'm obviously biased here. Hello. So
We know
the bias is real. The bias.
It is. The bias is definitely real.
Oh, these two guys are unbiased. So listen to them.
Good. All right. Now, before we actually continue on with our halftime show, I do want to give a couple shout outs. I didn't think we were going to have ads, but we do have one. Obviously, it's DE Technology Consulting. We'll play that ad right now. Here you go.
Our mission is to deliver high quality, scalable, and secure data center services that ensure seamless operations for clients across various industries, offering best-in-class data center services all under one roof.
So obviously, DA Technology Consulting is a staple with Foursquare Sports, but I also want to give a shout out to Boozy Events Co. Boozy Events Co. If you don't know much about them, I'll explain that after this ad that I made for them. I give a shout out to my friend Claudia, actually, who works at a bar nearby where I live. She has her own mobile bartending company, which caters for parties. And if you want to know a little bit, I'll explain more, but here's an ad.
Summer's just around the corner, and if you're ready to plan for a special event, you need Boozy Events Co. Boozy Events Co. is a mobile bartending and event staffing service that is based in Morganville, New Jersey, that does parties and all other events across New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. With the best quality out there, this is a service that you'll keep using every time over the summer. To learn more about us, follow us on Instagram at boozyevents.co on Instagram. And also call us at 732-272-2293. Boozy Events Co. Let's get boozy.
Nice, man. I love that voiceover. Okay.
Yeah, so I live nearby a bar called Jenks, and my friend Claudia works there. Boozy Events Co. is a mobile bartending company that can cater to any occasion, whether it be a graduation, a 4th of July party, whatever party you want. But it's based in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, where they can cater to. But Claudia does a great job. She's had this business for several years now, and I figured I'd give her a little boost.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that. Anything to help out, local businesses, small businesses. Sure.
I'm all about helping out small businesses, man. All about it.
Oh yeah, that's the moves.
Yeah. I also gotta say, I also give a shout out to Talercio's. We went there earlier this year, Kevin and I. They make killer sandwiches.
Yeah. When I tell you that it's like this, it's bigger than you think it is. Like I remember last time I didn't even get like a full sandwich. I think I got half a sandwich, and they gave me 2 pieces of sandwich. And I'm like, whoa, I just asked for half. I'm like, this is a half. So like 2 big slices, that's 1/2.
Yep.
So the next time I go, I'm gonna ask for the smallest size possible because it's big, and like you'll like if you're eating on an empty stomach, you'll get full quick. So they got this.
Now one thing I will say about like Talercio sandwiches is that like if they're big, but like if you want the smallest one, it's basically like a bagel of sorts. Like it's like a small thing of bread. That's the smallest sandwich you can get.
That's cool and all.
It's cool, but it's like a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's filling.
Yeah.
Alec, it's filling. It's one of the most filling sandwiches you'll ever have in your life.
If I do ever visit New Jersey, I'll check that out. I'll make sure that the sandwich is small.
Yeah, definitely. Don't make the same mistake I did. Order a half size, and then get literally 2 pieces of the sandwich thinking it's a full.
I mean, if you were to do that, you could save the other half for the next day or two.
I mean, well, at the time, and Matt knows this, so I didn't have the luxury of doing that because me and my dad would like do like a food tour, and we go to like places like one by one. So like I can only eat so much of one thing before I move on to the next place to go. So like I couldn't finish that even half of the sandwich. So I finished like a half of the half, and then I had to like give the other half I guess to my dad for later. So because it's just a lot.
All right, I got to give a shout out to a friend of ours, Patrick Rush, who comments on YouTube. I want to show the comments here. First off, what's happening? Not much, Pat. Thank you for tuning in.
Patrick?
We really appreciate it.
What's up, Patrick?
It's great, man.
Patrick Rush, thank you. And then he also asks why this finals is dog poop.
Yeah, I would say this game in particular is definitely dog poop because both teams are kind of like not scoring but they're defending well. So there's that. But
good
as
defense,
far as the
not
finals,
enough offense.
As far as the finals overall, I feel like this was like a pretty competitive finals. But this game in particular, it is kind of like dog poop.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, those first couple minutes were just literally
an eyesore.
It was an eyesore, an absolute eyesore. No one could get the upper hand. No one could score in the first couple minutes.
Yeah, it seems like both teams, like last game, they put their best play like in like both of their halves, and now they're just like gassed, like in this first half, both teams.
Yep, they're both gassed. That's exactly what's going on.
That's the case.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. Now, before we actually do get back into it, I want to give you a little fantasy baseball update on things, since we haven't really talked about our fantasy baseball league. The NJ Italian Stallions had the biggest win of the season, knocking off Kevin last week by 1 point. And now I'm getting kicked by 200 points against Randy.
Karma.
Oh, boy. I've been super busy, so I didn't have time to check my fantasy baseball.
Do you want a hint of how well you're doing?
I assume I'm doing bad.
You have to say anything. It's so bad, huh?
I don't want to say anything, but like, I think Zeke and John are the only 2 people that have worse records than you.
Yep, 3-8.
I'm kicking ass though with my team though.
Yep. I wish I could say the same for my team, but then again, it's my first year doing fantasy baseball. But then again, Sammy has the most points in all of the league, and it's her first year too.
That's good.
Oh.
All right. All right, gentlemen, have a good luck on the second call. I will see you at the end.
All right, Matt. Hopefully we can be celebrating, but by the time you come back on.
All right, we'll see. Take care.
All right. All right. Thank you to Matt Siriani tuning in for the halftime. We'll come back post game, and we're about to start the start of the third quarter here. And Alec, I think I'll just ask the same questions that I know Mike Breen is giving to Tim Legler and Richard Jefferson. Like, what do you think both teams need to do in the second half?
Points to the paint. If I'm New York, that's one. The other part is start getting the bench to get more involved. We've seen the bench players get involved to an extent here in previous games, but here there has been little to no involvement from the Knicks bench. We need to see more of guys like Alvarado, McBride, Shamet. Turn the heat on here. Start lofting some three-pointers if you're the Knicks.
Here we go. It's a 5-point Spurs lead as we start the third quarter, and the lob to Wembanyama is no good. And not sure what they're going to call. I think they're going to call a foul on Cat here. I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't really get a good look at it. I know there was a lob to Wembanyama. I have to see again what happened here. So,
I don't know.
I don't agree with that. I think Wembanyama initiated contact first and then tried to get the lob.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a foul against – I don't think this should be a foul against Karl Anthony Towns.
Here we go again, Alec. They're going to put Cat in early foul trouble, even though when I don't think it's fouls and he only has 2 points and it's not scoring, and the Spurs are going to go on a run. Watch. But
that's just 4 foul too.
Harper misses the 3. OG Anunoby, his 3, he also misses. The rebound is by Wembanyama. That's his 10th rebound, so he already has double digits in one category. Here's Wembanyama, and he goes across court, weird pass, and they're going to say it's an offensive foul. I think on Castle. I missed it. I'm not sure if it was on Castle or not. It looks like it was.
When you see this, because I don't know where was the offensive foul for that part.
I'm not sure because I didn't really get a good look at it. It was kind of vague, the call, but it's Knicks ball, so it's a turnover nonetheless. I have to look back at that later. It's very confusing. Mitchell Robinson's in the game now, so he gets it to Mikal Bridges. Trouble with the ball, but he gets it back. Bridges, alley-oop. It wasn't even an alley-oop. I think it was trying to alley-oop it, but the shot ended up going in anyway.
That's a one way to get a basket. I think he wanted to find Robinson at the paint.
Yeah, same. Bridges has 10 points, so he's in double figures, and that 3 by Champagnie is good from the corner. It's a 6-point game.
Once again, San Antonio's best three-point shooter. If you were to get those three-pointers, this is your guy if you're San Antonio.
Here's Robinson, and back to Brunson, who's been the hot hand in the first half. Brunson drives, stops, pops, and gets the friendly roll. Brunson continues to score. It's a 4-point game.
Off the setup from Mitchell Robinson, and Brunson with the tough one-legged fadeaway from the free throw line. He makes that look easy.
Offensive foul by Champagnie as he was no, it's not Champagnie. I think it was Castle with an illegal screen.
Yeah, it was Castle who I think he checked somebody onto the head in hockey terms, for that matter, while driving to the basket. Just a little illegal check to the head.
Yeah, he checked.
Come on, you got to sit down for 2 minutes, pal.
Yeah, he checked hard there. Here is Bridges. Bridges driving himself and gets it to Hart, back to Robinson, back to Brunson, playing game of around the horn. Here's Brunson. Brunson a 3. No good. Robinson gets the rebound, though. Another chance. And Brunson gets another chance with 10 seconds to shoot. Brunson gives it to OG instead. OG driving. Loses the ball. Gets it back. Puts up a tough shot. Blocked by Wembanyama. And here they come. I think that's Wembanyama's 6th block or something.
I think it's number 5.
And Wembanyama slams it down.
5 blocks for Wembanyama, and he converts it onto a slam here. That's transition defense to offense. And as Jake Hogger mentioned in the comments that he has to go to the post. He's been doing anything but in this series. This is one of those episodes where he did.
And now they're going to review it for a potential flagrant.
Well, Wembanyama's a little shaken up.
Because of course they are. Let's see.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing there. There's nothing there at all.
See here,
not a flagrant at all.
As Brandon mentioned in our comments, without Cat in this game, Wemby is going to start to get hot. We need to see where exactly came the contact.
That's nothing, Alec. I'm sorry. That's nothing.
Yeah, I don't think there was any intent from Robinson either.
If they call us a flagrant, something's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you called the Fox one a flagrant, but not the Wembanyama shove on Brunson.
That doesn't make sense to me either. The Fox one shouldn't have been a flagrant, in my opinion. That should have been a common foul. This one, I think it's barely even a common foul, in my opinion.
I mean, that's marginal contact.
I feel like they're reviewing stuff for flagrants when they shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
I've been trying to. I don't want to say anything, but is Puka Nacua trying to get vindication? Scott Foster doesn't have his mic. Oh my goodness!
They called a flagrant foul. Of course they did. Of course they called Alec, I'm sorry. I don't know what a flagrant foul is anymore, and I don't think anyone can dispute this. If you look at the Fox one and this one, that's not a flagrant at all in my eyes. And I'm trying not to be biased here because, it's been called on Fox, and I think that's not a flagrant at all, and now it's being called on Mitchell Robinson. Neither of those are flagrants. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what a flagrant is anymore in this league because a light shove gets called one, but you don't call a blatant one. That's it could have been easily a flagrant 2.
Both of those are marginal marginal, very marginal contact, no intent at all behind it. Not excessive, not unnecessary. And Wembanyama missed the free throw.
Oh, he missed. Yeah, he missed it. But possession of the ball will be kept for San Antonio because
they call the flagrant for no reason.
that it just doesn't make any sense at all.
Wembanyama splits the pair. It's a 7-point Spurs lead. 9:42 left to go. And they still got possession of the ball because it's a flagrant. Here's Wembanyama against Robinson. Gives it to Castle. Castle driving hard. Kicks out in the corner to Fox. Back to Champagny. Champagny 3. That's good. I mean, OG just left him after he tried to contest it. Can't do that. Back to a 10-point lead for the Spurs.
Yeah, a little one too many stumbles there from Anunoby as he tried to block the original heave that Champagny pump fake.
Here's Brunson. Brunson got fouled by Champagny.
I think that foul was away from the
That
play.
at first glance looked like all ball to me.
Yeah, at first it looked like it was going to be all ball. Well, actually, they're going to call it away from the plate and on Castle.
No, wait, that is a foul on Castle. He hit him on the arm. But they're going to call it not on the shooting motion. Wow, dude.
Well, that was before.
And they don't call it on the shooting motion.
That was before Brunson shot the ball as Castle wanted to go for the poke.
Anunoby with 4 seconds. Bridges corner 3, and it's no good. Here come the Spurs. This is Vassell with the ball. Wembanyama going against OG. Tough contested shot. He gets it. 12-point lead for the Spurs.
A very tough one. That was Wembanyama. He drew a double. Of course, when you have a player that size and that talented, you feed him.
Hey, Bridges gets a 3 on the other end to make up for it, back to single digits.
That wide open, and nobody was there to guard him at the corner.
Seems like they're kind of letting Mikal Bridges shoot because they know that they didn't do anything last game. Wembanyama 3, and that's off the front iron. I don't know why Wembanyama is going for more threes. He should just be driving.
Yeah, he should be. That's the point that Jake Hogger made at 9:10 and almost an hour ago.
Brunson over Champagny. That's good. Brunson still scoring. 8 minutes left to go in the third. It's a 7-point game.
And to your point about Bridges, just because Bridges has had a bad game in the last game doesn't mean he's going to repeat that stinker again tonight.
Cross-court pass to Vassell. Trying to alley-oop it to Wembanyama, but they're going to say a foul beforehand. I think it's going to be against OG. I'm not sure. Harper comes back in.
Yeah, that's not basket interference for that matter. That's just a simple alley-oop play, even though I feel that the ball was just coming down after the shot.
Yeah, they did call it on Anunoby. Again, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, he got 2 hands on it, so never mind the basket interference. But I feel that Anunoby was in the midst of the mass of humanity here.
Wow, the Ariel Hukporty is coming in.
Oh, a shocker here.
With Cat in foul trouble, I mean, I guess they don't want to hack a Mitch, and Harper continues to be a threat on the floor as he just blows by everybody in the paint for an easy 2.
The speed game, as was mentioned earlier, the Spurs love to play the speed game, and Harper is the emphasis out of it.
9-point game, Spurs lead. Here's Bridges, who's been a great scorer after Brunson, and a good block by Vassell against the OG and OB, a 3 attempt, 8 seconds to shoot.
Yeah, Vassell stuck with Anunoby after he pump faked the original shot, got back onto the play as Anunoby pump faked it, and then got the hand on it, all ball, to get it out of bounds.
Vassell not doing so well in the scoring department, only 4 points, so he's trying to make up for it.
He is. That's his first block at this game, and Cornette's on the floor, not Wemby.
And Hukporty just out there running cardio for 5 seconds, and now they're going to play small ball, the Knicks. There's not one big man on the floor that the Knicks have right now. 3 seconds. Brunson has the ball. Layup is good. I don't know where the defense was there by Cornet. They just completely let him go.
Perhaps Mitch Johnson needs to get some encouragement to Cornet, even with Wembanyama on the bench.
And Penny, corner 3, no good. That Hart flies in for the rebound. OG's the tallest Nick on the floor right now. Shaman.
He's standing at a full 6'7", 240.
Brunson 3, off the back iron. Brunson trying to get his own miss. He misses. He doesn't get it. And here comes Harper, who's lethal. Harper driving. The layup, no good. He missed it, actually. Wow. Here comes OG. OG pushing the pace, driving against Cornet. He gets it. And that should have been an and one, but it's a 5-point game.
I'm surprised Harper missed that layup. He doesn't miss those too often, and Anunoby made him pay for that on the other end. He used his size and his advantages on the wings to make San Antonio pay. We have a timeout here on the court.
Mm-hmm. Timeout San Antonio, I believe, and OG seems like he's getting his game going a little bit.
Yep. The focus of Anunoby as he was falling down. Kevin, you were right. That should have been an and one and a foul on Cornet on the court. So I feel after this timeout, we'd expect that Mitch Johnson is going to put Wembanyama back on the court.
I mean, you said it, Alec, not me. I'm not gonna say ref ball like what I'm thinking, because everyone's gonna be at me saying, "Oh, you're blaming the refs because your team is losing," but like you can see it like playing in front of your eyes.
Yep, we saw it with the very bad flagrant foul calls in which there was marginal contact. That shouldn't have been flagrant fouls and just common fouls for that matter. There was no intent after all. And at this point, we just don't know what a flagrant foul is anymore in the association. Now, what adjustments the Knicks have to do? The bench still doesn't have a point, even when you account for the half a minute that Hook Porty was at on the court.
And miraculously, they're only down by 5.
Yeah, thanks to Jalen Brunson has 22 points. Now, if we see a 40-piece from Brunson, if the bench isn't going to get going like this, I wouldn't be surprised at all. And I don't want to jinx anything beforehand.
Yeah, typically in games like this, like when the bench isn't scoring and Brunson's forced to play hero ball and he scores 40, typically the Knicks don't win those games. Because I distinctly remember, I think it was a game earlier this season on. I forget who it was against, but Brunson scored, I think, like 61 points, and they lost the game because their bench just didn't score. So I hope that that's not the case here tonight, but we'll see.
I hope not either, because for that, you need to have it be a team game, a complete team effort. You want to spread the ball around. And with Bridges getting hot in this third quarter, he can easily carry on this momentum to the fourth quarter and to make up for that stinker he had last game.
And also, I feel like with Cat in foul trouble, he has 4 fouls. So I'm not even sure when Mike Brown's going to put him back into the game, because he's been like a non-factor tonight. And I think that's a big reason to why the Knicks could easily be leading this game right now if not for the foul trouble on Cat. Maybe half of those are fouls and half of those are not. In my personal opinion, I think some of them were like really soft calls, but I'm not the referee. I don't make the decisions. I'm just seeing how I'm seeing it from my perspective.
Oh yeah, I can't find where he got the 61-point game from where you were pointing out, but it's one of those games in which the defense on the other side forced the Knicks to have him play hero ball. It's not a sustainable way of winning, but it's the team game that matters the most. You want to, if Brunson's not open, that's when Bridges and Anunoby both come in.
Maybe the 60-point game was last year or something. But
I think it was.
He scored like 60-something, and they still lost the game. I know that.
Yep. That was such the case.
Prince Harry in attendance. And they're sitting next to Adam Silver, the commissioner.
Are we sure that's not Carson Wentz?
Good one, Alec. All right, back into the game. Under 6.5 left to go in the third quarter. Here's Dylan Harper, up jumper over. Deuce McBride, he's good. Dylan Harper right now is absolutely cooking and doing whatever he wants right now. He's got a bright future.
The right call from Mitch Johnson to leave Dylan Harper on the court because he's easily been the best Spur in this game, even when accounting for Wembanyama.
Absolutely. It's the 7-point lead for the Spurs. Here's Deuce McBride, kicks it out around the horn. Shamet thought about the three, passed it up. Now he gets it back. This time Shamet goes for a three, and that rims out. And Wembanyama gets the rebound. Here comes Dylan Harper once again. Tries to find Wembanyama. He does. And Wembanyama easily scores. Can't have Shamet on Wembanyama. You need to have size on him. And right now, the Knicks don't have any size on the floor right now. As Mike Brown continuing to play small ball. Brunson, three is good. And he got fouled too, and Brunson is on the ground. Slow to get up, but he's fine. He's good. Three on the other end is also good by Vassell. Back to a 9-point game.
Yeah, the Knicks
and Brunson
are furious.
Is yelling at Tyler Ford, saying, "Where was the foul there?" And there's a timeout by the Knicks.
The Knicks are furious. They think that Jalen Brunson got fouled here on the play. And I completely understand the reaction. Mike Brown wants some words for Scott Foster.
Oh, absolutely. Look at that. He landed on Wembanyama's foot. Didn't get him any landing space. Called out a flagrant, Alec.
Yeah, that's the old Zaza Pachulia play if I've ever seen that, Kevin.
Absolutely, completely botched non-call. That should be a flagrant on Wembanyama. If we're going to call a little touch by Fox and by Mitchell Robinson a flagrant, that is the definition of a flagrant foul, Alec. Not giving a landing space to the shooter. That's absolutely a foul that the refs completely missed.
Kevin, that's the second time that Wembanyama got away with a flagrant foul on Jalen Brunson. If you think back to game 3 for that shove, Brunson got hurt twice in game 1, and he still led the way to the victory in that game. And now, if Wembanyama trips up Brunson intentionally, the refs just blew a big-time call. That should have been a flagrant.
I'm really trying not to be blaming it on the refs right now, but you are seeing multiple times 3 calls that they made that should have been made, and a flagrant that absolutely should have been made. Like, come on now.
There's just no way that you miss a call like that. That could completely change the game around. Brunson should be at the line shooting 1, and New York keeps possession.
Wembanyama should be suspended like 2 games already. The types of fouls that he's committing, but the referees are just simply not calling.
Any other player not named Victor Wembanyama, or if it's a role player committing that's going to get called.
I just truly can't believe how much Wembanyama is getting away with some of these calls. I just truly can't believe it.
Me neither. Like, that's twice now, and not to mention that, yes, the Carter Bryant shoves are one thing about one on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the other on the Knicks. But the NBA has an officiating problem on their hands.
Well, they call Scott Foster the extender for a reason, and it seems like he wants to extend the series tonight because he clearly is not willing to call blatant flagrants when they are flagrants, and he's willing to upgrade common fouls to flagrants simply at will, even though it has no merit to even be reviewed as a flagrant.
It's just unbelievable. Then again, aren't the Knicks 10-0 in the last 10 games in which he was the lead referee in those games?
They are, true, but like it's getting
ridiculous still.
It's getting more glaringly apparent by the game in this finals that the referees simply are just letting calls go when they shouldn't be. Like if a defender lands in the landing zone of a shooter, that is a foul all day long. And don't even call that a common foul. Look, they're going to do it again. Watch. You're going to see that Wembanyama twists Brunson's ankle, not giving him landing space. Like Mike Brown should be challenging this all day long, but he's not going to for whatever reason. Just complete tomfoolery by the refs.
That could have easily twisted Brunson's ankle.
But whatever. Brunson's in there. He's fine. It's going to take a lot more than that to stop him. We're going to have to chop both of his legs off to keep him to keep him from coming back into this game. And you see, they're even pointing it out. He has 3 flagrant points. If he gets a flagrant 1, suspended next game. If he gets a flagrant 2, he's suspended for the whole finals. So if they're not calling that a flagrant, he's going to have to do something really drastic to get a flagrant if the refs are even going to blow and allow it. Here's Brunson. Under 5 left to go in the third quarter. Brunson to Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges falls down, gets fouled, and now they call a jump ball. Once again, Scott Foster right in front of him doesn't call the whistle.
Oh. At what point are they going to address this whole situation?
Harper
in the
hits
face
him,
too.
Smack in the face. Foster doesn't see it. Right in front of him. No call.
This is getting ridiculous. Could have poked his eyes too. This is getting ridiculous, Kevin.
Alec, are we playing basketball or WWE or UFC here? I don't know.
It feels like we're more of a UFC fight, Kevin. This is getting ridiculous.
Shaman misses the shot. He had to put it up. It was 1 second on the shot clock. Here come the Spurs. It's utterly ridiculous. Harper's been lethal. The hot hand around the horn. Here's Fox. Fox back to Harper. Wide open, top of the key 3. He sinks it. Harper right now is the MVP of this game. It's a 12-point lead again for the Spurs.
Dylan Harper easily is the most lethal weapon San Antonio has tonight.
21 bench points compared to 0 for the Knicks. That's disgraceful. Unbelievable, and they call a jump ball against Brunson, and I don't know who the other guy was. I think it was Harper.
And this time, this should be a legal jump ball because there's Brunson and Harper fighting for possession with 12 seconds on the clock. But if you're New York, you need to get the bench fired up.
Gotta do something right now because clearly the Spurs are driving momentum because of these ridiculous calls that they're getting or not getting. Here's Mitchell Robinson, got the win on the tip. Brunson 5 to shoot against Harper. Brunson, tough fadeaway, misses it. The rebound, fighting for it. Who's going to get it? It's going to be a loose ball foul against the Spurs. I think they're going to call that on Keldon Johnson. And they will with 4 seconds left to go in the third. Or 4 minutes left to go in the third.
Keldon Johnson's trying to argue, but he bumped Mitchell Robinson from behind. That time, there's no argument, as that impeded with Robinson's progress to slam the ball down. Wembanyama's on the ground. He gets back up with some help.
And let's see.
I think that's going to be a loose ball foul because Robinson's going to fight for this rebound. It was not on the tip.
And that's a foul as Brunson hits the deck. I think that was Harper. Yeah, it was Harper that committed the foul there.
This is getting ridiculous.
Non-shooting foul.
Non-shooting foul is just a bump. At some point, this is getting ridiculous here. The Spurs fans are complaining, but that was as clear of a day a bump as it was.
Both sides now, but it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, just what are we doing here? Are we having a ref show here? Well, not that the referees are calling bad calls, but in terms of how many stoppages there are, because the Spurs are just lacking situational awareness.
There's another one. A foul as soon as the inbounds pass gets made.
Oh, my goodness. Did Keldon Johnson try to tug OG Anunoby?
Seems like it.
And to answer Patrick's question, Cat is currently not on the court. He has 4 fouls.
That's correct. He might come in to start the fourth quarter, and then we'll see if he can score, with something that he hasn't done this game. He only has 1 bucket so far. And again, half of those fouls, I could argue, were legitimate fouls, and half of them were just not fouls at all. But again, I'm not the referee. Clarkson's checking into the game for the first time. So we'll see what kind of minutes he gets. Hartz gives it to Clarkson, and Clarkson tries to find OG Anunoby in the corner. Wemby steals it, but OG steals it right back, and the shot's no good to fight for the rebound. It goes to the hands of Castle. Here comes Wembanyama fighting for the floor. Johnson to Harper. Harper gets stuffed by our Hart, and they're going to call it a foul.
Did they not reset the shot clock as soon as Anunoby got the ball back?
And that's what Harper's arguing. Let's see.
Yeah, I think.
No, that absolutely. It hit the rim.
Yeah, hit the rim. The shot clock, it never resets right afterwards.
Nope. And that's exactly what Hart is going to argue.
Yeah, and nonetheless,
it is a foul by Hart, don't get me wrong, but on the other end, they should have absolutely reset the shot clock there.
Yeah, they should have absolutely reset the shot clock. And yes, that was hand-on-hand from Hart on Harper, but they clearly should have reset the shot clock.
Here's Harper at the line. He's been doing everything for the Spurs tonight. He has 18 points alone, and Towns, Hart, and Anunoby have 15 points combined. And Harper misses the free throw. And yet, Alec, with all these negatives, it's still only a 12-point game.
And New York's happy to still be within 12, even with all the bad pointing against them. No bench points, Cat at 4 fouls, Anunoby at single digits.
See if Harper can split the pair here, and he does. It's a 13-point lead for the Spurs. 3:35 left to go in the third quarter. Knicks got to go on a run right now to try to keep it close by the time this quarter ends.
So that you can get Catlin back in the game here.
OG Anunoby, 3 over Johnson. That's no good. Nobody's there for the rebound. Again, the Knicks don't have size on the floor right now.
You have that disadvantage because of the foul trouble to Caddison.
Yep, and Harper misses, gets his own miss, and rebounds it and scores. Another layup, a 15-point lead, a 9-0 run for the Spurs.
A tough bucket right after his own miss as he picks it up. And this is why San Antonio needs to play him more down the stretch. He has 21 points on 20 minutes off the bench.
And Harper commits the foul on Brunson as he was trying to get free from half court. So Brunson will go to the line as both the Knicks and the Spurs are in the bonus. So you're going to see plenty of whistles here down the stretch here, Alec.
Yeah, Harper, I feel he was trying to force Brunson to commit a backcourt.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not working here. So far, Brunson has 25 points. The rest of the team has 28.
Yeah, the rest of this team has got to pick it up. Cat especially, but like Mike Brown's not putting him in with those 4 fouls right now. So OG Anunoby or like Josh Hart, somebody's got to step up and help Brunson out here as he hits the first free throw.
Yeah, Mike Brown doesn't want to put Mitchell Robinson on the court out of the fear that the Spurs are going to hack a Mitch him because they know he's not a good free throw shooter. No bench points still for New York.
Brunson about to shoot his second free throw. 2:59 left to go in the third quarter, and he makes it. Hits both of them. It's back to a 13-point lead for the Spurs.
Yep.
Here comes Stephon Castle. Castle hasn't had a good game either. I mean, I feel like if he was scoring, it'd be a much larger deficit. They're going to call a foul on Anunoby, I think. And Tyler Ford is going to say that he grabbed somebody. Let's see. That's the 4th foul on Anunoby now. Is Mike Brown going to take him out?
We don't know just yet. But Anunoby hasn't had the best game either. Karl Anthony Towns is even worse off. Stephon Castle just 2 points, and it's only on free throws. And he has 3 fouls against him if we're talking about foul trouble.
Ariel Hukporti is going to come in to give them some semblance of size for the Knicks as Johnson hits the first free throw.
Yep.
Harper takes a much well-deserved rest as Champagnie comes back in. Johnson misses the second free throw, but luckily Champagnie is there to get the rebound. And here comes Johnson. Passed up on the 3, goes alley-oop to Cornet. Good block by Jordan Clark or by Ariel Hukporti. Clarkson, corner 3. That's no good. Knicks are doing a great defensive play, but they can't score on the other end. A 14-point deficit. Under 2.5 left to go in the third quarter. Here is Stephon Castle, and he gets fouled.
We're talking the unsung heroes here. Ariel Hukporti was that one on the block. But we have to see how this plays out on the free throw line because both teams are in the bonus. I don't know if that's Hukporti getting the foul against him, but I think it may be.
No, I think it is Hukporty that got the foul there, yeah.
A tremendous recovery by Hukporty, recognizing that Johnson faked the free and that Cornette was going to slam it down.
And if we're going to be fair here, yes, that was a foul on Hukporty, like on the Cornette block. He hit him on the hand first, but the refs don't see that.
Well, human error, of course.
And Castle misses the first free throw.
This has not been a good night for Stephon Castle. Wembanyama's back in for Cornette.
Harper's back in, too. Castle's been garbage, for lack of a better term. He's 0 for 7 from the floor. 2 points, and both of those were free throws, and he just missed another one. Here comes the second free throw by Castle. And this time he gets it. He has 3 points on the night. A 15-point lead for the Spurs. 2:25 left to go in the third.
And the Knicks need something here.
Mm-hmm. Brunson kicks it out to Hart. Back to Brunson. Hart's trying to drive inside. Gives it to Hukporty. Hukporty can't drive, so he gives it back to Hart. Hart for 3. Uncontested. He gets it. Big 3 there that the Knicks desperately needed. It's a 12-point game.
At least it's somebody that's not from Jalen Brunson. That's good.
Hart has 9 points. That's his second 3. Cross court, Fox to Champagny for 3. Rims out. The rebound is by Wembanyama as Hukporty could not get the rebound, but throws it away to Brunson. Here's Brunson driving, high teardrop, no good. The rebound, Hukporty gets it back on the outside. Deuce back outside to Clarkson. Clarkson tries to get up. It's blocked by Dylan Harper. He's been everywhere on the floor tonight.
He has. He should be starting next season for San Antonio and beyond.
Clean block by Harper on Clarkson.
A clean one as Clarkson drove down low, wanting to lay this up. It was by the hash marks. Good recovery by Harper. The recognition that was going down the near side.
Castle takes the seat. Vassell comes in. Brunson to inbound. 11 to shoot. Here's Deuce. Gives it out to Hukporty. Brunson 3. Got fouled. And they actually called a foul this time on Dylan Harper. So 3 free throws coming for Jalen Brunson.
Well, there you go. So a chance to cut this to 10.
Chance to cut it to 9.
It's free? It's from beyond the arc.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. That's a 3. Chance to cut it to 9.
Yeah, he definitely shot that. Harper grabbed him from the jersey from behind.
Brunson hits the first free throw. Hukporty takes the rest. They're going to put Mitchell Robinson in.
There's a size advantage that New York wants here.
Very risky here. They want size on the floor, but Mitchell Robinson, there's no stopping the Spurs from doing hack-a-mitch if the Knicks get close. Second free throw by Brunson is good. 1 more to go.
And keep in mind that Brunson, the best is yet to come when it reaches the fourth quarter, no matter the lead that San Antonio has.
Seems like Cat's getting ready to check back in. I would just wait till the fourth quarter starts. If I
would too.
Here comes Brunson's third free throw, and it's good, and it's now a 9-point game, so the Knicks have cut it to single digits. And Brunson pointing the team on his back. He's got 30 points, and the third quarter isn't even finished yet. Here's Fox, the floater. That's good. Hart tried to block it from behind, but he couldn't get there in time.
Fox immediately back on the court, and he makes an instant impact. You need to see more consistency if you're San Antonio from De'Aaron Fox.
McBride for 3. No good. Still no bench points out of the Knicks. Under a minute left to go in the third quarter. It's an 11-point Spurs lead. Here's Harper. Lost the ball. Gives it off to Vassell. Back out. 3-pointer. Harper misses. The rebound is by Mitchell Robinson.
Once again, the free-point shooting has been San Antonio's Achilles heel.
Clarkson, the floater. And finally, the Knicks get their first bench points of the night, coming at 39 seconds left in the third quarter.
It took them all 20.5 elapsed time.
9-point game. Kicks out. Corner. Fox. 3. No good. Rebound, Robinson. Chance for the Knicks to cut it to an even shorter deficit and keep it close before this quarter is out. There's about a second and a half difference between shot clock and game clock. 6 to shoot. Brunson stops, pops, shoots, misses. The tip is good by Mitchell Robinson. It's a 7-point game. 3 seconds. 2-1. Wembanyama from half court. No good. And it's a 7-point lead for the Spurs as we end the third quarter heading into the fourth.
But remember, Kevin, as was mentioned in the last 4 games against these Knicks, it doesn't matter if you're up by 10, by 12, by 15, 16. Heck, doesn't matter if you're even up by 29. Against this year's Knicks, especially in the playoffs, no lead is safe. Fourth quarter Brunson is a real thing, and he always saves his best for last.
Yeah, and it seems like the way that the Knicks are going to win this game is through Brunson. It seems like, because he's got over 30 points already. I mean, if he does what he does in the fourth quarter, he's going to drop over 40. My real concern is the bench, like you said, only 2 points, and that just came off a Clarkson floater. So I need to see some semblance of bench play, and I need to see something from Karl-Anthony Towns, because he's going to play in this fourth quarter with four fouls. He needs to be driving. I don't care if Wembanyama's guarding him. He's got to be aggressive, and he's got to score.
So you say if Jordan bench points, that's 4 points if you count the Mitchell Robinson tip in. So
yeah.
Robinson counts, doesn't really. I know whether you count Robinson or not. That's basically if you see it the way of which Karl-Anthony Towns was benched for almost all of the third quarter, because Mike Brown listened to you, Kevin. Wait until the fourth quarter to put Towns in. He's currently at 15 minutes. Robinson's played 16. And Mike Brown is rotating between Robinson and Ariel Horty in this third quarter because of the foul trouble that Cat is in from the first half.
Yeah, because you don't want to risk Cat committing a silly foul at the end of the third quarter. So you rather just start a new quarter with him fresh, and then he's got to be a difference maker in this fourth quarter. I mean, Brunson is going to get his. We already know that. But Cat's got to score. We've got to do a better job at defending a little bit, especially against Dylan Harper, because right now it seems like that Wembanyama is just kind of like there, and like Dylan Harper is kind of doing the rest.
Yeah, as such is the case. And we didn't even mention one other guy, OG Anunoby, who likewise, like Cat, is sitting at 4 fouls. He's having a bad night himself, 2 for 10 and 7 points, with 2 of those points coming on free throws. And he's just coming off that Game 4 classic. In Game 1, they led by 1 with 2:16 left, lost by 10, 57.3. In Game 2, they led by 2, lost by 1. Game 4, their largest lead was 29, and they led by 17 with 9 minutes left, lost by 1. It's been a riverwalk that's full of blown leads for San Antonio. The Knicks need to take advantage once again. They're down by 7.
Yeah, again, I just feel like the Spurs, they know that this is Brunson's quarter. So I think you're gonna see a lot of trapping and a lot of doubling on Brunson. So somebody else has to step up, and I think it's got to be Cat or OG in this case, in my personal opinion, because they're gonna be doubling Brunson every time. I get the feeling before the fourth quarter even starts. But if Brunson is left open, he's going to knock shots down. But somebody else has to help him out, and I think that starts with Cat.
It does, to have him get at the net front and to knock down shots right around the paint. Because, as you said, Kevin, we expect the Spurs to trap Brunson more in the fourth quarter because he's the most clutch player in the NBA. You have to free up the others and to get enough space so that he can find guys like Towns, Anunoby, Bridges. Go to the best shooter.
They have Alvarado to start the fourth quarter. 2 seconds to shoot. Somebody has to put a shot up. It's Horty for 3. He misses, but it hits iron. Or, excuse me, it was Clarkson, but it hits iron. Good rebound. Great job by Josh Hart. Here's Cat driving, kicks it out, and he couldn't find Clarkson. He thought he was in the corner, but he was cutting, and that's a bad turnover.
Yeah, he thought Clarkson was at the left corner. It was a miscommunication between the two sides.
That's a foul, I think, on the Spurs. No, it's not. Alvarado just fell, and I think they've called it on the Knicks. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, they're getting the grounds crew to clean up the wet spot.
More wet spots not being cleaned up.
Well, yeah, they need to get that taken care of, because if you have somebody stepping on that wet spot, they're going to slip up, and that's going to cause a bad accident, a concussion maybe.
Keldon Johnson with a 3. It's back to a 10-point lead for the Spurs. Johnson's put up some decent minutes. He's got 7 points. Here's Hart. Contested 3. That's good. Hart has been getting some clutch threes here and there this game. So it's back to a 7-point game.
With Stephon Castle guarding him that time. A very underrated defender on San Antonio.
Here's a 3 by Vassell, and that misses bad. Johnson flies high for the rebound. That can't happen. Here is a pump fake, and here's a drive by Wembanyama as he slams it down. Cat didn't even try to contest him with the 4 fouls that he has. It's a 9-point lead.
Feel that Cat is just avoiding contact with Wembanyama so that he's not risking any sort of fouls here, so that he doesn't get his 5th.
Almost a couple minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. The Spurs lead 77-68. Here is Hart. 3 seconds to shoot, taking too much time off the clock. Hart has to put up a shot, and it's stolen away. And the Knicks can't touch it, so now it's going to be – or Mike Brown's going to argue that Johnson had possession, and then it was stolen back by Hart. He's going to argue that the shot clock should have been reset.
I agree with him, because I think the Spurs may have touched this last. And when you see if this is eligible for a challenge, they are going to see the Wembanyama highlight first, but we need to see a replay of what just happened last. The Wembanyama slam was Karl Anthony Towns just making a business decision. He doesn't want to take that 5th foul. He's just wanting to get out of the way.
Well, they just brushed it off like it's nothing. So here comes Castle.
It's like a cover-up.
Cover-up, yep. 6 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Castle, wide open. Wemby, he missed the layup. Can't finish it. And here comes Josh Hart pushing the pace hard. Almost gets stolen by Fox, so great awareness there by Hart to get it off in time. Here's Alvarado kicking it around the horn again. Bridges gets it to Shamet. Shamet 3. That's good. Finally, Shamet gets his first points of the night. A big 3 comes in late in the game. It's a 6-point game.
I'm surprised Wembanyama missed that layup. He usually makes those in his sleep. But Landry Shamet, what a time for him to come alive here off that quick tap pass to the wing.
Here's Castle, kicks it out. That is Vassell for 3, and that's good. Back to a 9-point game.
Wide open was Vassell at the left wing. You can't leave him that wide open.
9-point game with 9 minutes left. Alvarado, the teardrop off the glass. No good. Vassell the board. Here he comes pushing. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson to Harper, and Harper's fouled underneath. Let's see who it's on. If it's on Cat, that's his 5th.
Oh, I think that maybe
Hart, I believe
they're gonna call it a Hart. So that's gonna be his 3rd. Cat dodges a bullet.
Yeah, can't have a 5th foul there. Definitely can't have that. Castle will go back to the line. Once again, he's been a complete non-factor offense-wise in this game. 3 points all coming from free throws. And I think there's going to be a timeout here before he even attempts one.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge from Mike Brown.
Okay. I didn't see the green light go on. I guess maybe I didn't see the green light there, so I wasn't sure.
It's a well, I did get the ESPN play-by-play on my phone, so I'm looking at it as we speak. They did call it a coach's challenge.
Okay.
This is huge.
I'll have to take another look at it whenever they come back from commercial break, but it seems like now, like, it's kind of back and forth in this fourth quarter. I mean, like, I feel like both teams are, like, getting shots, but it just seems like that the deficit is growing. They're trading buckets, so to speak, and I feel like you can't have that if you're the Knicks.
Yeah, you can't. You can't have that if you're the Knicks, just allowing the San Antonio to fight back with what you're shooting with. the San Antonio is matching whatever New York has. Whenever the Knicks get a free, the Spurs answer back with a free. And you can't have that. New York has to be better on defense.
Yeah, it seems like they're really, really trying to get Cat going. But Cat is just not being aggressive. He's just kind of kicking it out. Like whenever he's right there at the rim, instead of like trying to score and bustle his way, he just seems like he just gives up on the play and like passes it. I feel like that's a big error on his end. I feel like he's playing conservative, but with the 4 fouls. But like when the game's on the line, when that championship was on the line, you throw it out the window and you have a foul to play with. So I feel like you might as well get aggressive and try to score.
And we were to wonder, I don't know where Anunoby is. Is he still on the bench or is he on the court? Well, he's on the bench right now. Mike Brown's not putting him out there on 4 fouls.
No, I don't think he can take the chance. I think you put him in like a little bit, like maybe in a couple minutes.
A couple minutes. I would say on the next whistle, you put Anunoby in.
I think that's fair. That's definitely fair.
And Brunson's playing queen. He does not have a foul against him. Just checking over the fouls accumulated here in this game. Castle has free. Harper has free. We know about Anunoby and Towns. Hart has free. Wembanyama and Champagny each have 2. Johnson has 2 to speak of. And 1 each for all of Bridges, Mitchell Robinson, Alvarado, McBride, Fox, and Cornette.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see like what the result of this challenge is, because I didn't really get a good look at it the first time it happened, like in real time.
Yeah, we didn't get a good angle of a replay because ESPN just cut the commercial.
Let's see.
I think that from what we looked at, it seemed that Towns bumped him from behind, but they call it on Hart. We'll have to see the call from Scott Foster.
Unsuccessful challenge, call upheld.
Well, I wasn't really surprised by it because there was contact on the play, and I feel that it was going to be too tough to overturn this call.
Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul.
I think it was a bad time to challenge if you're Mike Brown.
Yeah, not way too early in the fourth quarter to even like consider a challenge there when you have so few of them.
Yep. Hart got his hands on Castle before Towns bumped him from behind. So Hart's getting the foul here.
Now Castle shooting free throws. All of his points are from free throws. All 3 of them.
It's been a rough game for him.
And he misses another free throw.
My goodness. We speak of a UConn alum. He's got to be better than this.
I mean, that's just this is the worst I've ever seen Castle play.
That even dates back to his college days, Kev.
Mm-hmm. By far, this is the worst game I've ever seen him play, and it comes at a worst time. But luckily, his team's leading by 9. But we all know that that's not a big enough deficit as he splits the pair, and it's back to a 10-point game.
Yeah, he has to be a lot better. If there were to be a game 6, that he needs to be mentally locked in. It feels like he has something going on in his mind.
Here's Brunson. Cat finally back in there with playing with 4 fouls. Shamet driving, and he gets a big layup contested, and he got fouled on that play afterwards. Didn't call it. It's a 8-point game. Here's Harper and gets the layup past Karl-Anthony Towns again. Cat playing safe, not taking a chance on it. Back to a 10-point game.
Shamet was limping after laying that up. I'm seeing a noticeable injury from him. If we get a whistle, Mike Brown needs to sub him out.
He's just kind of standing in the corner right now. Brunson, and he shoots the 3, Shamet, and misses. Yeah, he's limping. He's not noticeable. Speed. Mike Brown is letting him play. Now they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, there's no reason to leave him out there on the court wanting to shoot a free while hobbling. There's no reason to.
Yeah, you guys
sub him out.
Put Deuce in.
All right, so it's actually not a foul. Shamet intentionally fouled so as to sub out.
Oh, he just kind of slid on the floor.
I think there was a wet spot in which the grounds crew didn't clean up, I think.
What
Or
is that now, Alec? The third time that this grounds crew has not cleaned up a wet spot and someone's got hurt because of it? Terrible job.
yeah, this is not
Terrible.
good.
They have one job and they can't do it. Just really bad. Brunson draws the foul.
Great defense on the other end, by the way, in which there was OG Anunoby blocking off an attempted pass from Julian Champagny.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at Shamit in the back. Make sure he's okay. Definitely looked like he kind of slipped and lost friction there.
Is it the knee or is it the foot?
Seems like it was the knee.
It seems to be more the knee, if anything.
Yeah. Brunson at the line to shoot 2. He misses another free throw. Can't have that. He's only had two misses from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, you can't have that if you're the Knicks wanting to mount this comeback again, which you're known for comebacks in this fourth quarter.
A much easier comeback deficit to come back from than 29. It's only 10 pending this free throw, and now it's 9. Oh, I forgot it was on a 3, so he's got one more free throw.
Yep, he shot a free beforehand.
I forgot it was a 3. So he's gonna have one more free throw coming. If there is a game 6, it'll be Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern time, and Brunson hits 2 out of 3 and makes it an 8-point game with under 8 to go.
Much more manageable for the Knicks.
Castle has 4 fouls now.
So he's in foul trouble. At what point does Mitch Johnson sub him out? He's keeping him.
Just keep him in there with 4 fouls. Wembanyama against Cat. Contested jump shot by Wembanyama. No good. Great job by Cat there.
Keep forcing him to settle for jumpers because that's the weak point. And Cat knows that.
Brunson, the layup is good. A 6-point game. Brunson, big clutch bucket there.
Big time. The Knicks needed that to get back in the rhythm. An immediate timeout by Mitch Johnson. So as to stop the surge the Knicks are wanting to build here. It's a 6-point game now. And Brunson's up to 34.
Brunson knows that this deficit is nothing right now, and there's plenty of time left to go in the game. Spurs had every opportunity to get to be up by a ton more if they just made some shots. And if Castle was playing like he has been playing all year, but he's playing terrible tonight. So I think that's a big catalyst as to why the Spurs are barely leading this game.
That's a huge catalyst. And Castle this postseason is averaging 18.7 points per game. To see him have that reduced down to just 4 on the night is a shock, especially for someone as talented as he is. Coming out of UConn, who has been known for championships, they made it to 3 Final Fours in the last 4 years, including this year.
Give me 1 second. I gave my charger.
I feel you. Just to give you the reset in the meantime, it is 83-77 San Antonio with 7:14 left in the fourth quarter. Leading the way among both scorers is Jalen Brunson with 34 points on 11 of 24 shooting. Dylan Harper is the Spurs' leading scorer. He has 23 points on 24 minutes played off the bench on 9 of 14 shooting. Victor Wembanyama, 18 points on 7 of 17 with 12 rebounds and 5 blocks. He hasn't had the best shooting night, though. 32 minutes. He's 7 of 17, as I mentioned before.
There we go. All right. Let's see what the Knicks can do here. I mean, they've cut the deficit down pretty good here. Plenty of time left to go in the fourth quarter, Alec.
Both teams are pretty even 3-point shooting-wise. New York, 12 of 35. San Antonio, 12 of 34. But shooting-wise is where the Knicks have to face an uphill climb. They're 35% shooting. San Antonio is 42% shooting. But what's helping the Knicks is Brunson and his play in the clutch. That's been a theme throughout.
Yeah, Brunson right now, he's looking like a man possessed right now. He's not going to be denied.
He will not be, no matter the situation.
Yeah, we know this Knicks team is not going to give up, and this is the closest that they've cut it to.
A 6-point game, they know that a 6-point game feels more like a 3-point game if you let them get hot.
And there's still 7-something minutes left to go. There's plenty of time.
There is.
I feel like on the opposite side of the coin, I feel like you got to keep Dylan Harper in for the rest of the game.
You have to if you're San Antonio. I do say that he's going to be part of the closing five for the Spurs. So I would expect a lineup of him, Wembanyama, Castle, Vassell, and Champagnie. With all due respect to De'Aaron Fox, he should not be part of the closing five.
No, he can't. He's too much of a liability. You can't trust him after the last game.
After last game, and depending on which version of Castle you get, you could insert him on the closing five, but that's a big flip a coin based on how this game has went tonight.
Look at that stat, Alec. Like the field goal percentages for the Spurs decreased by every quarter, being the fourth quarter being their worst quarter in this finals, and it shows. 7 minutes left to go. It's a 6-point game. Here's Castle being guarded by Hart. 5 seconds to shoot. Great defense by Hart. Tough contested shot by Castle. He misses badly. And Wembanyama tried to get the rebound. And they're going to say offensive foul on Wembanyama.
We spoke about how the Spurs are overexerting themselves here in the fourth quarter. And I think it was on the loose ball, which he tried to pick it up.
And that's a big call, too, because it looked like they could have easily called it on Cat as he tugged on the jersey of Wembanyama. So that could have easily gone the other way there.
Yeah, well, yeah, he tugged the left arm of Cat.
So that's 3 fouls on Wembanyama. Not as dangerous as the 4 fouls that Cat's playing with.
Or Anunoby, for that matter.
Here's Brunson, the hot hand. 6.5 left to go. A 6-point game. Brunson against Wembanyama. Goes to layup. That's good. It's a 4-point game. 6:26 left to go.
Height disadvantage. What height disadvantage? He finds a way around the tallest tower in the building.
Jalen Brunson with 36 points. As we approach 6 left to go. Here's Champagnie. Fakes the 3. Loses the ball. Pfeiffer on the rebound. And Brunson ends up with it. Here comes Hart the other way. Great hands there by Mikal Bridges. 6 minutes left to go here. It's a 4-point game. Knicks down 79-83. Here's Brunson. Great screen set by Karl Anthony Towns. He gets it. Against Harper. A step back 3 from Cat. I don't know what he was thinking there as that goes nowhere. And Wembanyama gets the rebound.
Yeah, an ill-advised play from Cat afterwards with Dylan Harper watching him. That's the move that James Harden would usually do.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Cat was thinking there. And that's a foul, offensive foul on Wembanyama. That's his 4th foul as Hart draws the charge.
That's
complaint to Scott Foster.
Did he just elbow Josh Hart? Mitch Johnson wants to challenge this. We'll have to see the replay here as Victor Wembanyama gets this from De'Aaron Fox, and as he wants to step back, he elbows Hart. But that's an offensive foul.
The thing is, Mike Brown can't challenge anymore because the Knicks are out of challenges.
The challenge is coming from Mitch Johnson, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Now, you keep in mind, if they call this a flagrant, Wembanyama is suspended.
If it's a flagrant 1, he's out for next game.
If it's
now remember,
done for the whole series.
Good point there, Kevin. Flagrant 2, done for the series. And either way, with the Wembanyama going to sit down, and what I believe here, because if this stands and the challenge doesn't work, I would believe that Luke Cornett's going to come in.
I mean, I think you got to, like with Wembanyama having 4 fouls, you don't want to risk it. But at the same time, I mean, this is an elimination game. I'm like, do you take the risk?
I think the Spurs, they know they're down 3-1 in this series. Maybe they want to keep Wembanyama on the court, but at the same time, you have the question about Cornette. Do you want to risk yourselves losing some offensive firepower in the paint in exchange for some defensive reliability off the bench? Or do you want to keep in that big two-way presence, knowing that this is an elimination game at the expense of your star stamina? Ooh.
They call it a successful challenge. You're going to call it on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his 5th. Wow.
Well,
wow, dude.
Granted, he did shove Wembanyama for that. So
no challenges for either team, by the way, now.
So I would expect that Cat will now sit down. And Wembanyama, his bacon has just been saved because Cat shoves him. However, I would think that Wembanyama, at the end of the day, he also elbows Josh Hart. And that also should have counted as a foul.
Well, he's got one more foul to work with. It's a 4-point game. I feel like you just got to let Brunson go to work here. But you got to play defense, especially on Harper and Wembanyama here.
And not to mention that we didn't forget about him elbowing Nasri in the Minnesota series.
Fox missed the wide open jumper. It goes in and out. Here's Brunson. Full head of steam. The layup is no good, but he's fouled.
Whoa, De'Aaron Fox, that one went in and out on the rim. So I guess perhaps a little message here from the Knicks about their displeasure about that elbow from Wembanyama. And they should be.
Josh Hart set the check back in. As Cat, I feel like they won't put Cat in until like the final couple minutes, is what I'm guessing. They're just going to try to let this game go on the hands of Brunson, on the shoulders of Brunson. The first free throw is good. It's a 3-point game. One more free throw to go. And there you called it, Alec. They're taking Wembanyama out, and they're putting Kornet in.
Yeah, even though he's sitting at 3 fouls because of that successful challenge, but it should have been a 4th foul on him because of that elbow.
Second free throw coming for Brunson. Chance to cut it to 2. And he does. Brunson has 38 points. It's all of a sudden a 2-point game. The Knicks have been on an 8-0 run the last 3 minutes and change. Approaching 5 left to go in the game, and Mitchell Robinson tips the ball away. And they're going to say last touch by Robinson, but he takes precious time off the shot clock.
Yep, and it forces the Spurs to start from further back because this ball ended up at their own defensive zone. Good awareness by Robinson to not let Kornet breathe here.
5 to shoot. Fox, big jumper, way off, way short. Fight for the rebound. It goes into the hands of OG Anunoby. Here comes Brunson. His team down by 2. The Qatar take the lead. Brunson, the layup is good. Tie game. 4:45 left to go. A 10-0 run by the Knicks.
And he's got 40 here as he drove down onto the paint on a tough bucket. The last 10 points to New York.
Luke Kornet with the ball, getting into the hands of Harper. Harper, a tough shot. No good. The rebound, fighting for it. Who's going to get it? Hart's going to get it. But they're going to call a foul on the floor, and it's going to be by the Knicks.
That was Anunoby. That's his 5th. So I think he's going to sit down for some time.
Man, this is such a precarious situation for the Knicks because now you have OG and Cat both with 5 fouls. And Brunson with over 40 doing everything he possibly can to win the finals in a tie game with 4:25 left to go.
Yeah, and Anunoby and Cat both have 5 fouls each.
They're keeping both of them in. They're keeping Anunoby in, with 5 fouls. Vassell jumper's good.
Risky decision by Mike Brown, but he knows that he wants Anunoby out there for defensive purposes. Nice pull from Vassell, though.
4 minutes left to go. It's a 2-point Spurs lead. Brunson has over 40, being guarded by Dylan Harper. Brunson, turnaround jump shot. No good. The rebound almost knocked out of bounds. No, they're going to say he was out of bounds.
I think it was last touch by San Antonio.
Wow.
Yes, it was. Right off of Vassell. His foot was on the line.
Yes, it was. Bad time to turn the ball over. Brunson to inbound. 14 to shoot.
And if I'm New York, I do a give and go and make sure the ball is on Brunson's hands.
Brunson. 5 seconds to shoot. Brunson. Is he going to give Bryce to put up a shot? Brunson. Contested 3. Got fouled. And it was in and out. Brunson
that close.
fouled on a 3.
That close to an in and out, but he leaned into Vassell. That went in and out. That could have been a crafty play.
Brunson will go to the line for 3 free throws and a chance for the Knicks to take the lead.
It's an annoying play, but it's a play in which the smartest guards know. They know that the defender is jumping right into them. There's nothing that Vassell could do there. So Brunson leans into Vassell and ensures that Vassell is between a rock and a hard place.
First free throw by Brunson's good. 2 more to go.
And the Knicks are, of course, breathing down the Spurs next. You mentioned about the Spurs shooting percentage going down. That's their consequence of them being overexhausted as time passes.
Brunson almost has double-digit scoring in every quarter of this game. The second free throw is good. It's a tie game. 1 more to go.
And to the point of which it was being made, the Spurs are resting up their guys to ensure that they are as well rested as possible. But it seems that Dylan Harper, with his misses in this fourth, he's starting to run out of gas.
Here comes Brunson's third free throw. It's good. The Knicks have the lead. They're up by 1, 86-85. First lead since 5-4. They were down by as many as 16. 3.5 left to go in the game.
That's why I called them the comeback kids.
Keep in mind, if the Knicks win, they win the championship for the first time in 53 years. The Spurs are trying to make it a 3-2 series. Fox misses the shot. The rebound is grabbed by Mitchell Robinson. Both teams in the penalty. A timeout is called.
By who?
Brown. Unbelievable.
They want to get the offense set up so as to close out this game. They want to close out offense on the court and to not give the Spurs life here. They know they're up by 1. They want to close this out. Is that a Superman shirt that I see on the front end of the seats?
I think it was, Alec. I think it was.
That's neat.
Man, I don't think there's any argument now. If the Knicks win this game and close this out, Brunson is the clear-cut MVP.
Of course. It shouldn't be even a discussion. He's for all the negatives the Knicks have, everything in which they've been faced with, the lack of bench production, Cat and Anunoby sitting at 5 fouls each. Should the Knicks go on to win this game with 4 comeback victories in the finals, this is what you could call something of what you see in a Hollywood movie script. But you can't even write this in a movie, Kev.
They still got to do it. They still got to close it out.
You got 3 minutes and 15 seconds left of regulation. And if I'm the Knicks, I'm looking to end it in regulation. If it goes to overtime, that's when the Spurs have more bodies to use. And that's when the real danger for Anunoby and Towns come in.
Exactly. You want to end this in regulation and just finish the job tonight. And if Brunson has to do it by himself, he'll do it. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Brunson.
That's his first foul all night.
Unbelievable. And it comes at a bad time when both teams are in the penalty. Let's see if it even was a foul. Yeah, you think you hit him across the face there. So, yeah.
Yep.
That's a foul.
And keep in mind, both teams do not have challenges. Yes, he slapped Castle in the face. Possession San Antonio.
Castle contested. No good. The rebound. And Bridges saves it. Here comes Brunson. Brunson to Hart. Back to Brunson. 2:45 and counting. The Knicks clinging onto a 1-point lead. Karl-Anthony Towns remains in there with 5 fouls, along with OG Anunoby also with 5. Cat, the runner, is no good. The rebound, the follow-through, the layup is no good by Hart. He's arguing that he got fouled by Wembanyama. No call. Here comes Hart. Hart blocked in front. A rebound by Harper. Back outside. Wembanyama fakes the 3. Now drives. Kicks it back out. Harper driving in, and he missed it. No foul called. Here comes Brunson. Approaching 2 left to go. OG Anunoby. Back to Hart. To Cat. Pump fakes the 3. OG Anunoby wide open, and he gets fouled. No, they're going to call it a goaltend. It's good. A 3-point Knick lead.
Anunoby has been involved all over the court. He partially deflects away a shot on the other end from Dylan Harper, and he gets the dunk that would have been a slam had it not been for Devin Vassell in the way. And yes, Vassell his hand was underneath the basket. That's clear as day, Kev.
And they're going to call it a foul on Towns. He's fouled out, and they can't challenge. Unbelievable.
So now New York has to survive the rest of the game without him. And not to mention, Anunoby has 5 fouls against him. So Mitchell Robinson's going to come in.
And Wembanyama will go to the line. Cat, terrible, terrible performance tonight. But hopefully it won't even matter. 2 points, fouled out. Hopefully that won't matter. Because now Mitchell Robinson is in. And you know what the Spurs are going to do. They're going to hack a Mitch every single chance they get. Down the stretch here. And a 3-point game. Has missed crucial free throws down the stretch, and he misses one. Speak of the devil, Alec.
Was I about to say the free throw shooting has been San Antonio's Achilles heel?
Yes, and Wembanyama missed 2 crucial free throws in part of that 29-point comeback by the Knicks, and he misses one crucial one here with 153. His team down by 3. In an elimination game, Knicks a chance to close this out and win its first title in 53 years. Wembanyama's second free throw is good. It's a 2-point game. 153 left to go, and Brunson is at the controls. Both teams in the penalty. Brunson over 40. If anyone can close out this game, it's going to be Brunson.
43 on the night. He has the keys here. Feed him.
Brunson keeps dribbling the ball. 3 seconds to shoot. Brunson steps back. Tough shot. No good off the top of the backboard. And they're going to call it a 24-second shot clock violation. Brunson has got to get to the basket quickly there. He cannot take the whole shot clock off by himself.
He cannot. You want to eat up as much time as possible, but you have to start moving with around 12 seconds left on the shot clock so as to get everything set up.
Very intense, close game down the stretch here. Here's Dylan Harper in these closing minutes. 120. Harper driving, spinning, shooting, and scoring. Tie game at 88. 113 and counting left to go in regulation.
He's the man for San Antonio, and that turnaround shot is evidence of it.
Brunson, the floater, is good. The Knicks retake a 2-point lead. 106 left to go. 90-88 Knicks in front.
A runner there for Brunson, and the Villanova boys know what's coming from him.
Wembanyama gives it back up to Fox. Corner 3. No good. Rebound Josh Hart. Brunson with 50 seconds left to go. Come on. Brunson against Fox. This is where Brunson shines. This is what he's been doing all season long. Kick out. Josh Hart. 3. No good. The tip in by Mitchell Robinson is no good. Here's Harper. 30 seconds left to go in the game. Harper, no good. He missed the shot. Harper with the rebound. And he gets fouled.
I feel it was intentional from San Antonio. Josh Hart gets an intentional foul here, so he's going to shoot 2. Remember, both teams are in the bonus.
I have to stand up for this one, Alec. This might be it, man.
De'Aaron Fox with a needless three-pointer. That's not San Antonio's game.
I can't believe Harper missed that layup. Harper can make it a 2-possession game. He's played a great game, 12 points, and he's done great defensively. 2 crucial free throws here. He makes the first one to make it a 3-point game.
Could it really be?
Come on, man. A 3-point game. Hart, one more free throw. Hart taking a sweet time. Hart misses the second free throw. The rebound by Mitchell Robinson. OG Anunoby with the ball. And they foul OG Anunoby. Robinson with the biggest offensive rebound of his life.
What an intelligent play by Mitchell Robinson to grab the loose rebound, knowing that San Antonio is going to have to foul New York so as to give themselves a chance at a game 6, but that's likely going to fleet away from their fingers.
OG hits the first free throw, make it a 4-point game.
You take it away the rest of the way, Kev. I'm here to back you up.
OG has 10 points. It doesn't seem like it's going to matter. Cat has 2 points. It doesn't seem like it's going to matter. He misses both the second free throw. And a timeout. 20 seconds left to go. Knicks up by 4. Come on, man. Come on.
I'm manifesting this for you, Kevin. You deserve this moment.
Come on, man.
All right. Is it possible I can stay here for the rest of this?
Yeah, man.
Go ahead. You can stay here, Matt.
Come on.
All right.
Don't do it to me, please. Don't do it to me.
Well,
dude,
hold your breath, because as what is seen in 2013, don't get the tape out yet.
No.
Not over, not over, not over, not over.
It's never over until it's over, and both LeBron and Ray Allen said that in Game 6 against San Antonio. This very San Antonio team, led by Tim Duncan and a young Kawhi Leonard.
I can't believe Harper missed that layup. I cannot believe that. Robinson, the biggest offensive rebound in his life.
Arguably.
Oh, man. The biggest one he's ever had. The biggest offensive rebound of his life, as you said. A good heads-up play to make sure that the miss was collected by New York. San Antonio, of course, needs to get shots off quickly. And even if they do make it, they need to intentionally foul afterwards.
20 seconds.
The shot clock is turned off.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to turn up a little bit here.
No problem. No problem.
I have to.
27-16, New York is outscoring San Antonio in this fourth. And Brunson has one less point than the entire Spurs team.
Okay,
here we go. 20 seconds left to go in regulation. Knicks up by 4. Both teams in the penalty. Castle will inbound with 5 fouls.
It's going to be the longest 20 seconds of your life, Kev.
Gets it into Wemby. Wemby for 3. No good. The follow-up by Castle is good. A 2-point game timeout, Knicks. 16 seconds left. Knicks up by 2.
Unnecessary one for Mike Brown, so as to slow down any possible momentum surge from San Antonio.
That's a big putback by Castle there.
Yeah, they needed that.
Big putback. OG tried to defend. OG was very careful there not to foul because he's playing on 5 fouls.
Yeah, so it was a conservative move, but honestly, it had to be done because OG had to stay in the game.
Yeah, he has to. Cat's out, but he has 2 points. It might not even matter. But you've got to. I would take Robinson off the floor here. I would, because they're gonna have Mitch. They're gonna have Mitch. I know they're gonna. This is the perfect time to.
You need to, because the Spurs are gonna target Mitchell Robinson. Make sure that he has the ball.
You put up Porty in or Sohan. Put one of those guys in. You can't leave Mitch Robinson on the floor here. They're going to hack him, Mitch.
Yeah.
You know what? That would be a smart move. And as soon as San Antonio calls timeout, in which I would think should New York make at least one of these free throws, because I have to say it's tougher for San Antonio when down by 3. The key here for the Knicks, make 1. That's all that matters, because San Antonio's not a good 3-point shooting team.
Right. All you have to do is just get it inbound cleanly, foul, make 1, play the perimeter. Defend the perimeter. That's all you have to do. 16.3 seconds.
And if I'm New York and San Antonio is going for free, you cannot have Anunoby foul at any point if you're working intentionally foul to deny them a free.
You cannot foul. You cannot foul at all.
So they called timeouts. The Knicks advance the ball to the other side of the floor.
Yeah, 1 timeout each.
Knicks to inbound. They're up to 16 seconds away from potentially winning a title. Brunson gets the ball. Not fouling.
Gotta get in.
Oh, wow, he got it back off in time. He gets it to Mikal Bridges, and Bridges gets fouled with 8.8 seconds left. And Mikal Bridges is one of the best free throw shooters on the team.
Wow. He barely had control of that, but quickly got it back on time so as to ensure that San Antonio fouls.
That was almost a great defensive play there by Dylan Harper. But
Yeah.
Almost
right
was.
there.
Literally ripped it out of Brunson's hands.
Bridges has only missed one free throw this entire postseason. The biggest free throws of his life. Misses the first one.
Kevin,
no.
what'd I tell you about the announcer jinx?
It's not my fault, man.
This is the most important one.
It's not my fault, man. He's got to make this one.
He has to. If it's one, what I said earlier doesn't matter.
He absolutely has to make this. He makes it a 3-point Knick lead. And Mitch Johnson calls his final timeout to advance the ball with 8.8 seconds left to go.
Here we
Keep
go.
in mind, the Spurs don't need to shoot a three here. They can go get a high percentage shot and get an and one to easily tie the game.
That's where Wembanyama comes in.
Game far from over. The Knicks are one stop away from winning a championship. They're one stop away.
And neither team has a foul to give.
I'm shocked that Mike Brown kept Robinson on the floor there.
Brunson's out. Robinson's in for defensive purposes.
Yeah. You got to get your best defensive players in there.
So that means Anunoby. I don't care if he's on 5 fouls. You keep him on the court because he's one of your better defensive players. That means Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges.
Die on me, but I'm not going to let it die on me. Not right now.
Oh, they're getting Jeremy Sohan out there.
Jeremy Sohan's
I
in the
like
game.
that. I like that.
Underrated defensive move.
Just defend the perimeter for 8.8 seconds.
You just need to defend for 8 seconds, man. Come on. Please.
Oh, he's replacing Mitchell Robinson? What?
They can't, because you don't want them hack-a-mitching. If they make a 2, they can easily hack-a-mitch after that.
Yes.
That could be the case.
That's why.
But the downside for San Antonio is that they don't have any more timeouts.
Yes, that's true.
This is it for San Antonio. This is it.
This is their last
All or
chance.
nothing.
Yeah, Wemby on the floor.
To say that Vassell, I would assume Harper as well.
Yep.
Castle, he's also out there. And Fox, interestingly. I mentioned that he should not be part of the closing 5. Mitch Johnson disregarded my advice.
Okay, here we go.
And 8.8 seconds left to go. No timeouts for the Spurs. The Knicks up by 3. Both teams in the penalty. Here's Castle inbound playing with 5 fouls. And Shamet fouls Harper immediately.
Smart move. I like that. So as to deny San Antonio a 3-point shot.
Yeah.
You wanted to force them to shoot free throws so as they don't get any free pointers on the way.
Yep.
So now the Knicks will call their final timeout regardless of what happens at the line.
So they can advance the ball, yeah.
Yeah, regardless, they can advance the ball. And if I'm San Antonio,
would be crucial here. A miss would be absolutely crucial here.
and if I'm San Antonio,
Harper missed the free throw.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
He has to make
San
this.
Antonio, I'm intentionally missing this one.
And they have to foul immediately.
Yeah, if I'm San Antonio, I'm intentionally missing this next.
Yeah, I would
free throw.
intentionally miss this.
Yeah, I would intentionally miss this so as to set up a free-pointer for Julian Champagny. Get him on the court, and he's not in. Luke Cornett's
I don't know
in.
if they do that, guys. I think he's just trying to make it straight up.
Let's see what happens here.
No, he's making it straight up. He missed both. He missed both. OG Anunoby gets the rebound. He gets fouled.
New York is on the verge, people.
Just gotta make one.
You just need one. That's all. It doesn't matter if you missed the first one or the second one. You just need one. Timothy Chalamet's pumped up. Ben Stiller's pumped up.
OG,
Oh my
please.
God.
Spike Lee's pumped up. Patrick Ewing is pumped up.
He misses the free throw.
Oh no.
But he still has one more.
Both teams missing crucial free throws down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Porty is getting a seat. OG, please. Please. No bigs on. Wait, no, it's Sohan's in. Never mind. OG makes the second free throw. 7 seconds left. 4, 3, 2. Wemby for 3. No good. No good.
Alec, I'm glad we went live for this.
Oh, yeah, we did. The New York Knicks
Yes!
after
The New York
53
Knicks
years,
are NBA champions.
NBA champions.
Oh my God.
One last look Kevin here. Look at Kevin here.
Yeah. This is a dream come
Yeah.
true.
Oh my God.
One last thing to do for you, Kevin. One last thing. Ladies and gentlemen,
They did it, man.
let me tell you all something while we're watching this, while we're doing this live. Kevin has been a diehard Knicks fan for most of his life. Him and Alec did a phenomenal job calling this game, and they absolutely crushed it. And Kevin is getting absolutely everything he deserved.
His dream came true.
Oh man.
New York, this is for you. For Walt Clyde Frazier, that's for you. For Hannah Whitmire, that's for you. For Mitchell Robinson, that's for you.
Kevin, I'm happy we did this. I'm so happy we did this.
Oh man.
This is not reality.
It is reality.
Go off to New York.
Cat
now and
scored 2
celebrate.
points and he fouled out. It didn't matter. Brunson is the MVP. There's no way you can deny it.
45
There's
points.
no way you can deny it, man.
Should I call him?
All right,
The
guys.
greatest
Can I put
game
him
he
on
had in
hold?
his life.
All right, gentlemen.
Let's say let's-
Do we even need to have a post game?
I don't think so.
Well,
All right. Let me wrap this up by saying the following. Oh, put the going.
just a hug to Kevin.
Hug for Kevin. Seriously, hug to you, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
So much.
Let me just wrap this up by saying this. We've been doing Foursquare Sports for a year. This is the first time we've ever done a live call like this. And Lord behold, a miracle happens. And Kevin's been a diehard, has been dreaming for this for years. Yeah. Oh wait. I have one more other thing to say. No. James Hartman, my best friend, is a $30,000 winner.
Congrats to him, man. He deserves it. Every Knicks fan deserves this.
Congrats, Knicks Nation.
New York Knicks fans, you deserve this. And from Matt, Kevin, and Alec, God bless you all. Thank you so much for watching this. The Knicks are NBA champions. Ladies
The
and
job
gentlemen,
is finished. It's finished.
I can't believe he
Oh man.
won $30,000.
Where are all those Brunson haters now? Where's everybody saying that he is not good enough? He's not a 1A. I'm looking at you, Becky Hammond. I'm looking at you, Colin Coward. I'm looking at all you guys. Draymond Green, all you guys. What do you have to say now? What do you have to say now?
well, I
Talk
can't
your
wait
talk,
because
Kev.
on our next episode, it's going to be a big Knicks celebration.
I'm buying a Brunson jersey in the morning.
And hopefully a big hurricane celebration.
Yes, that's right. The Carolina Hurricanes can clinch the Stanley Cup tomorrow, hopefully.
Tomorrow night.
Wait, it's not over yet?
I'm buying a Brunson jersey in the morning. I told myself if the Knicks win the title,
You did.
getting a Brunson jersey, getting it.
You did.
As you should.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Have a great night. Knicks Nation, stand up. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. And you know what I do? 4 Square Sports on Sunday nights, 6 to 8, with all those parts of the country taken care of. Listen all the time. You got it. Mad Dog on Mad Dog Unleashed. Listen to my guys. Listen to my guys.